God. Welcome back to another episode of More Than a Title. I'm your host, Jarrett, Chief Revenue Officer at Outside the Box Digital. Niggas is hot right now. Y'all about to get a hell of a show. Y'all about to get a...
Hold on. I can let loose on this show now?
We gonna let loose.
Okay. Because I be trying to be politically correct sometimes. You know, niggas be telling me I be saying niggas, hey, but I don't even with the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But
we about
right
to let
now,
loose.
Oh, no.
Oh, we about to let loose. Let's get.
Facts.
Oh man, I just wrote.
Yeah.
First of all, I got my brother, my brethren, your favorite CEO, my nigga Chadeo. What's good, baby? I'm ready to go.
Still throughout everything, man. Still throughout everything, I'm grateful and I'm thankful. Like I said, man, I'm grateful to still be here, still doing what I love to do, man. Still being here, you know what I'm saying, creating memories with my fam, my cousin, man, building this empire, this legacy for, for our families, creating generational wealth. And I'm thankful, man. I'm thankful to the supporters. I'm thankful to the people that, day in and day out, the text messages, man, the phone calls, the reposts, man. I'm thankful to all our day one supporters and all our new supporters that and allow us to keep doing what we're doing, man. So grateful and thankful, man. You're going to hear that message every single time, man. That's the new line, man. Grateful and thankful.
That's it, man. We here, man. And even
I'm on fire right now.
Oh my God, man! First of all, I'm ready to get to the.
Let's get the housekeeping done.
Woo, we gonna get the shit now. I'm ready to get to the shit.
Get the housekeeping done first, and then we gonna get to the shit.
Yeah. All right, man. First, let me. Shout out to our distribution partners. The Live Podcast Network. If you want more black content from content creators like More Than a Title, make sure y'all tap in. Make sure y'all download the QR code.
Yeah.
First black-owned, women-owned podcast network in the world. Shout out to Angel. We don't just talk it, we walk it. We with the home team. We supporting our own.
Yep.
And that shit is what we do. Shout out
to the boss lady. And I think she's a semi-finalist for like another award or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the boss lady again, man. Out there, pounding the pavement, putting in that work and getting the recognition. And we appreciate her so much, man, because she out there, man. She on the hunt, man. When you got somebody like that, it's easy to follow.
That's it, yo. With that said, y'all.
Yeah.
Let's start the show.
All right, you might notice that we're looking a little light.
Right. Well, let's start off with the fact that we're late. Also, we're almost a half hour late of when we're supposed to start the show. Let's start off with that.
All right, y'all. We are at 131 episodes.
Here we go. Let's do it. Hold on. Let me cue you in. Hold on. Let me, because I feel like you ready to give a sermon out here right now. So let me hit the. First period is in session right now.
We just gonna talk business. We're gonna talk etiquette. We're gonna talk what it looks like when you support your own and what it looks like when your own does some fuck shit. And this is what accountability is gonna look like right here on today's show.
That's a fact. Transparency. That's what we're gonna do. Transparency always with us.
We've had one no show out of 131 episodes, and that motherfucker never say nothing to us again. I'm just being honest.
Ever.
Because it all it takes is a respecting, right? So let me be very clear. If it's for him, if this motherfucker's watching right now, this is our business. This is a business that we have grown. We also have an agency. We do marketing. We do these things. But guess what? We are doing this for the culture. We are not doing it just for your ass.
It's a fact.
And sometimes you niggas ain't even that excited. We do it for the culture, bro. We do it because we love what the fuck we do. And if we're going to extend our platform, give us the same respect and courtesy. If not, then you're gonna see a different side to us. That's what we on right now. So I'm gonna give y'all context. We do all of our bookings, right? We do all of it direct. All of it direct. Anybody who's come on the show, straight direct contact. We got your number. We got this. You know what I'm saying? We've probably not spoken to you, but we directly reaching out to you. Right? Never had an issue. A brother reaches out to me. Yo, like I got a bunch of people and under my client roster, and we love your show, we love the realness, we want to put you on, what I mean? Would you be willing to have these people on the show? What do we say? Of course we will. This is our platform. You got an interesting story, especially like the person we're supposed to have on today, MC Shan. A legend in hip hop. He has a moment in hip hop. He will always be remembered in hip hop.
So let's now classify him as a legendary moment.
Yeah, he's a legend. Thank you.
He's a legendary
Thank you.
moment in hip hop. Let's clarify
moment.
that now. You're a legendary moment in hip hop. A legendary moment, a blip in the scheme of what hip hop has done and created and what artists have gone on to do. You are a legendary martyr.
I see why the Bronx bombed on your ass. This is why we bombed on your ass. Niggas bombed on your ass in 89.
You still stuck at 89.
You still fucking with the Bronx niggas. And we try to give you some love.
Tried to give you the pass, homie. You crazy.
Out your, oh my God, bro. So I want to keep telling the story. We want to go from the story. So boom.
Let's just start at the beginning. Like we said, be clear, right? Be clear. We laugh, we joke. That's because we're jovial individuals, but we take our business very seriously, right? The bottom line is, if you see the things that we've done in the short amount of time that we have done it, it's only possible due to our work ethic, our professionalism, etc., etc. We carry ourselves a certain way. Anybody that knows us in person know that the way we are on the show is the way we are in person. So we give respect, but guess what? We give it because we demand it back. Message. Tell y'all something and hear it from my mouth. I'm the CEO of this company. No, it'll never happen. I don't give a fuck who you are, how much money you got, how many followers you got. Never on God's green earth will you ever think that you're gonna come onto our platform and disrespect us and make us feel like you doing us a favor. You're out of your rabbit ass mind. Be clear. And if it's a problem, holler at me directly. This is coming from my mouth. Be clear. Holler at me directly.
I've never what just happened, y'all. We should have been live. I ain't gonna hold y'all.
That shit would have been. That would have been.
It should have went live, and I wanted to press the button. Oh my God! First of all, like I said, let's take it from the top. Like we met. We don't know this dude. Let's be very clear. We help people, and we give you one chance, right? You say you have a client, you like what we're doing, you want to put your people on the platform, and let's be very clear. There's no payola.
None.
We're not charging you.
Could have charged you for that.
We could have charged you for our time. We don't charge our guests. And because most of the time, let's be real, why we don't charge our guests? Because these are people we actually want to hear from. Not people that's reaching out to us. It's people we curate this content carefully.
Fact.
To give y'all stories and shit that we want to hear. Things that we like, we may need in our business. Things that we may want to hear and things like we may want some inspiration in this sector. Whatever it is. So when homie came through and said, yo, boom, I got MC Shan, I'm like, oh, dope. That'll be a fire moment, right? Cool, yada, 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 right? Never spoke to son, never, Me and homie, the middleman, we've had a conversation once. Cool. And then he's got two other people that we just pushed through. Those are dead. So I'm just letting you know, none of your clients could come on. That's
Hell no. No.
That's absolutely dead. Just told them that.
You know why they dead? Because
homie don't play that.
You out your mind, boy.
But it's not even, and I don't even want to shit on, like, it's just a representation. This is what happens when we deal with each other, y'all.
That's a fact. Now let's get to the nitty gritty, right? We've never, in 131 episodes, had this type of interaction with any other person
Never.
From a different culture on this show. But once again, we gonna be transparent and we gonna let y'all know what this shit is because we believe 100% in transparency. You wonder why people say the culture can't move forward. You wonder why the people say that nobody supports each other. This is why, because we're the first ones to try to disrespect each other. We're the first ones to try to downplay each other. You understand what I'm saying? And here's the thing though, we told y'all it's impact over metrics. We already drew the line in the sand. It will never be tolerated at this level, at the next level we're about to get to, and at the level above that when we get to that. I don't give a fuck if you Oprah. You're never disrespecting what we built, what we put in day and day. We put our time in, blood, sweat, and tears, our money. We're away from our families. You're absolutely out of your goddamn mind.
But listen, let me piggyback off of that. You know why Oprah wouldn't disrespect us? Because Oprah knows what it takes to build what the fuck we're building.
Like, you know what I mean?
She wouldn't even disrespect us. But you know who would disrespect us? A motherfucker who ain't put out an album in 32 years.
Not a single. What are we talking about? Like,
what are we talking about, bro?
Relevance to who you are as anything at this point. Like nobody's talking about you. Nobody's calling you for features. Nobody's calling.
Nobody invited you to Hip Hop 50th.
Nothing.
You was on the Juice Crew, God.
Nothing. And we go to give you a platform. We go, which you're not even the ideal guest. Let's keep it 100. We're a business and marketing podcast primarily. We mainly interview C-suite individuals, CEOs, CMOs. You're none of that. You're not. We wasn't even going to talk about none of that. But because we brought on DJ Wiz, and DJ Wiz absolutely killed.
Phenomenal. Shout out to Wiz, man. Shout out to the homie, man. That's the big bro.
Professional. We gave you a shot because, you know, we like, fuck it. You know, again,
those are our stories. We need to tell our stories.
Right? Yeah, we like to give back. But first of all, listen, to any potential guest coming on the show, we're going to say it again so you can hear it come from my mouth, right? We understand life be lifing. You a little, sometimes, you know, ladies and gentlemen, you see the show starts 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late. That's because we're waiting on the guest. Be clear. 5:30, that button is already ready to go. We're sat down. We ready to go. If you ever see us start this show late, it's not because we're not on time. It's because we're giving the guest the courtesy of making sure the guest comes on, making sure that the audio is right, the video is right, because we can start the show at 5:30, and if they're late, then we can bring them on later. But we don't want to do that because just in case they're having technical difficulties, right? We want to try to iron all of those things out ahead of time before we go live. That way, for you guys, the listeners and the viewers, we give you the best possible product. See, that's how we work. We try to always give you the best possible product. You understand what I'm saying? So, like I said, let's take it from the top. You were more than 15 minutes late coming on to the show.
Then came on in a cell phone, which is not a problem most times. But you came in a cell phone, sounded like you was on that shit.
Screaming, yelling, couldn't hear us, audio bad.
Is this thing on? Is it on?
Kids
I
doing
know how to
backflips.
podcast.
Kids doing backflips in the background. I'm lost. I'm lost.
Then we kindly asked them, like, yo, bro, the clips are gonna go crazy. We're gonna have a great time. Could you get your laptop? Because when we do the clips, we want to make sure you have a full frame, make sure you look good. We want to make sure we get the best possible content possible. He's like, all right, oh yeah, I got the laptop. I got it right here. Went to go reach for some, didn't have a laptop or something. Said, you know what? I'm not getting a laptop. That's too much. I ain't doing all that for this. You're not doing all that for this.
Crazy.
Now, it's not even you. If you just said you didn't have the laptop, something happened, you're on the road. Right. We've had numerous guests do the pod on the phone. Shout out to Champ. Shout out to Angela Stanton. Shout out to a lot of people. And did 2 hours. And it was phenomenal. Not the issue. If you can't do it, you can't do it. But you're choosing not to do it.
But let me piggyback on that. Doing it on the phone, again, ladies and gentlemen, we're trying to give you the best possible product. If you watch the show live, that's not the problem. When we cut it down to do the clips, and we explain this to this guy, when you cut it down to do the clips, it already reduces the size of the screen. So if you're on a screen that's already reduced and we reduce it even more, then it's possible that you will be like this big in the clip. You will almost not be seen. So once again, us trying to uphold, right, the standard that we have set, we're trying to walk you through how to get the best possible content for you to promote, for you to look good. You understand what I'm saying? That goes to show that we have respect for each and every one of our guests to put you in the best possible light. You understand what I'm saying?
Message.
And didn't even respect that. Then came back on and said, I'm not doing it for all of that. Like, F that, I'm not doing that. And chat, we just look at each other. At this point, I haven't even gotten a word on because I'm sitting there talking to the middleman because I'm mad that he's 15 minutes late.
Right.
So I'm coming in late.
And then when I brought up the fact that he was 15 minutes late, his response was verbatim, like, I don't show up when the party starts. I show up when I feel like Oh, you got
How
this
do you
shit.
show up when the shit's...
What do you
First of all, you sound like the party already started in the crib.
That's facts. You understand what I'm saying?
We're going to let you come on our platform sounding belligerent, sounding smack. Like, I'm smack, but you're smack.
And then they'll talk about you didn't know who you was getting, da-da-da-da. Clearly, you didn't know what type of show this was. And you just, once again, you must be looking in the mirror thinking you Shan from 1987 and you the hottest thing. You're not, homie. You're not. Come face to face with reality, and whatever yes man you got in your corner that got you still thinking that you need to fire all of them niggas because.
But what platform? I don't see you on a Breakfast Club. I don't see you on nothing mainstream. I haven't seen you celebrate it. And you know what? One of the main things, we're gonna keep it all the way honest. We're gonna keep it all the way G. One of the reasons why we wanted to get you on is because we wanted to talk about how somebody like that could have had a moment in culture, not put out a fucking album in 27 years, and how the fuck are you living?
And die.
We are like, yo, bro, we going to celebrate our people. How are you doing that? How are you surviving, bro? Like, so that's what we wanted to do because they need to see our legends like that. Because, bro, you look fucked up right now. Like, it's not even on some like disrespectful, but like you, bro, you 58. And you look crazy, bro. You're talking crazy, and you just showed your ass for no reason. For no reason.
And you know what? As you was doing it, we was looking at each other like,
Hate it.
like what you talking about, bro? Like, you got us confused, Obi. You got us confused.
And then
we never do this on the show. Be clear, ladies and gentlemen. We don't like to downplay guests, and we would
never downplay guests. Never
like to do that. But let me tell y'all something again. Like, we gonna be transparent. This is what this show is. So if you don't like it, don't watch no more. We told y'all full transparency, the good, the bad, the ugly. You understand what I'm saying? Today is one of those. We could have had somebody on this episode 10 times your caliber, your following, your everything, and we chose to give you a shot, and you blew it, homie, because you arrogant for no reason.
For no apparent reason.
For no reason, and you belligerent.
And couldn't get a word.
You have no respect. You have no respect for anybody else because you still on whatever high horse you must be on a real high horse because I don't know what you still feeling yourself for.
But it shows. And King, I'm gonna talk to you, Shan. You're 58 years old. You had a moment in hip hop, and you look like you was at where I'm at. And it is no disrespect, brother, but I see why.
Yep.
You clearly don't have the relationships. You're clearly not out there. You would have been involved in the hip hop 50s. You're not in the fucking plays like Big Daddy Kane and them niggas are. You're not in the fucking celebrated like Marley Marl them niggas. Why is that?
Melly Mel.
Mel. Shout out to Mel. We know Mel. Like and Humble Pie, bro. Great brother.
Humble Pie.
Great brother.
We're gonna be with Mel on Monday again.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, look, even Instagram, like, fuck out of here. This ain't no charity podcast. You are absolutely right. This is not no charity fucking podcast. And here's the thing about it, right? Here's the thing about it. What you don't realize, homie, what you don't realize is we do numbers. And once people see this, I guarantee you, I'm just so you can process this. We're doing at least 80,000. 80,000. That's 4 zeros behind the 8. 4 zeros. We're doing at least 80,000 a month on one platform. So if you think that other platforms that are more established than us ain't gonna see this interview and hear this interview, the joke is clearly on you, homie.
I see that, but like, bro, you don't even know we might have had a play.
Crazy.
We might have had a play for you.
Crazy play. That's dead.
You know what I'm saying? But it's the lack of respect, the clarity. You didn't do any research. Nigga, we're doing research on. We know what we want to ask. We want to have a real conversation with you.
Crazy.
And you come in disrespectful, 15 minutes late, belligerent. Niggas can't get a word in. You say, you know what? I could be with my kids. Nigga, we could be with our kids.
That's a fact.
That's why it's real. We put our money up, nigga. You don't know what have you invested? What have you betted yourself on? Let's talk about it. When have you bet on yourself?
Nigga made it seem like his family situation more important.
Different.
What the fuck is you talking about?
Nigga, we got 2 kids apiece, four between us.
Right.
Me? Right. And they gonna eat, nigga. This nigga, like, you got some nerve, bro.
That's quick. Listen, and once again, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm not being funny, but we're gonna let y'all know what this shit is, man. We just told y'all how many episodes we had. We just told y'all how many cancellations we had. 1. We just told y'all now this is the second kind of cancellation, but belligerent. The funny shit is both by black people. Both. You see? So much as we going as much, and yeah, we celebrating that because niggas, you ain't know. So once again, as much as we talk about the other coaches and this and that, not giving us a chance, we gonna talk about when we fuck up as a culture ourselves because we real like that.
It's a fact.
Only 2 situations we had is from our own fucking culture.
Wow.
See,
Wow.
and watch this. You see, whenever you start a process, you always have like more of like a open mind to things, right? You guys, we used to have a lot of conversations, me and my cousin, about music, right? I'm gonna refer this back to music so y'all can relate to this, right? I know a lot of y'all know a lot of these celebrities, right? And you know what a lot of people talk about celebrities, let's say like Dame Dash and Suge, and you know what they say? Damn, when you meet these dudes, they're so arrogant, they don't want to talk, they don't want to. Do you know why? Because when they first started out, they probably had big open hearts and open minds, and they was giving, but through a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years of being disrespected, trying to be taken advantage of, being taken advantage of. You understand what I'm saying? Backdoor deal, stabbed in the back. It ends up jading you. See, this is the process. It ends up jading you. We just talked about on the last show about and other shows about things of that nature, like what Diddy did. Yeah, he was very successful. You make one mistake and now you jade the entire thing of what you did. So now the next person that comes along got to work 10 times harder to even accomplish 1% of what you did. You see what I'm saying? So this is the same shit, right? Now you didn't even think about who referred you to the show. You didn't even think about how you got onto the show and how your actions are going to affect the person that might have a business that was counting on you being on the show and bettering that relationship to get other guests on the show. Now, by you being ignorant, now whoever referred you, now he can't do business with us no more. You see how quickly that happened?
And we had 2 other guests that he was booking.
See?
So you messed up his play.
See?
And there's no like, bro, I told him, I'm like, look, this is our motherfucking bit. I told him that before we got on, like, this is our business. It's Shan good. I walk him through it. Is everything lit? Everything's good. We call him at 5:30. He's like, yeah, he said he's on. I'm like, he's not on. I'm telling you, he's not on. I don't know what I can do. And Then he rubbed me the wrong way with that shit. Like, yo, I can't really control what you. Is that your client or is that not your client? Is that your client or is it not your client? To sit there and say you can't control what he's doing, why are you dealing with anybody in business that you cannot? Not saying you should control somebody, but be professional at least. That's your name. That's your reputation, homie.
Because I'm lost. What are you possibly making from him anyway?
What are we talking about?
What are we talking about? He's your client for what? He's not modeling. He ain't in movies and he ain't doing speakers. What is he doing?
That's what we wanted to know. What the hell are you doing?
Maybe just another name to be like, yeah, I got this dude on my roster, but what is that really worth at the end of the day?
Shut up, pause. The dude on my roster.
That shit is crazy, man. I've never yo, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, right? Jarrett, and I'm pretty sure y'all already know this shit. Like, even my mama said this shit on the show, right? Jarrett is way more calm than I am. Way more calm. My fuse is 1/10 of what Jarrett will sit there and he got to calm me down sometimes. Yo, cousin, come on. The crazy shit was I was so calm. Even with the disrespect, I was like, yo, listen, let me explain it to you. Let me lay it out so we get on the same page. That way you understand. I was so professional and so calm. Even to the end, I was talking to Jarrett. I never disrespected him, never said nothing crazy. And I could have got on my shit, but I didn't because, again, business first, emotions second. But once you cross that line, now we're gonna have a whole different conversation. A whole different conversation. Like, what are we talking about?
We couldn't even have a conversation on me. That's the sad part. He was just talking. We like, your homie, can you get your laptop? Can we do this? Boom, boom. You ready to do it? I show up when I want to show up. I do what I want. Do y'all know who y'all have on the show today? Nigga, who is you?
Do you even know?
Do you even know what today is, nigga, the way you were sounding? I'm like, nigga, what? I'm like, yo, shit, first of all, I'm going to keep it all the way real. Like, let's keep it all the way a buck. When I told Cuzzo we was doing this, what the hell are we going to talk about?
I said that. I said that to you.
What the hell we going to? This doesn't fit our demographic.
Yo, so see, and this is why I love my Cuzzo, and this is why I love the show, because we're going to keep it all like, listen, a lot of the times, we do guests on the show. my cousin does 99% of the bookings, right? He's the CRO. That's his, within his job description. He reaches out. I don't really get involved in booking our guests, right? He controls that, right? He'll tell me who he wants to bring on. We'll talk about it. We'll look at their paperwork, their EPK, their media kit, and we'll agree on it, right? When he told me that we were bringing on Shan's, my first response was, for what? For what? What are we bringing him on? What value are we going to get from him?
And then what did I tell you, cuz?
Yeah.
I was like, it may be some value. I said,
Right.
yo, you know what? Because everybody's more than a title. It's a lesson. Yo, he didn't put out an album for 27 years. How did he feel with the battle? You know what I'm saying? Yo, how did he deal with that mentally? What was it like when he went back to the bridge when niggas heard that doom, doom, doom?
Right.
Dum, 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 dum. What was it like for you, bro?
Right.
Because clearly, and I'm just being honest, you look older than what you are, bro. You're 58 years old. You like you 83, bro.
That's why
it's been hard times.
If y'all notice on the flyer, the picture that I used of him is when he was in like his early 20s or something, because I wouldn't dare put a picture of him the way he looks now. Once again, trying to help you out with your image. I could have put the geriatric looking like you all crazy picture up, but I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do you like that. I'm going to put up the younger picture of you. Again, try to uphold what you used to be or something. And all of that work we did, all of that respect we gave you, you fucking tried to throw it in our face. You out your mind, homie.
Like, yo, you should happy I'm here.
Right.
I'm 15 minutes late. I'm doing it on my laptop. I don't need to be talking to you. I could be with my kids.
Right.
What do you think we could be doing?
Right.
You think we woke up like, you think this one I just had circled on the calendar? Like, this wasn't like, yo, bro, we really trying to show you love. We really showed you respect. We really trying to show your man who put us on to you respect, because we don't know him. He didn't pay us a dime.
Right.
I don't know him from apples or I don't know what the nigga look like.
See?
But guess what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But guess what? You're a black man, right? You boom, boom. You say you're doing something positive. You like what we doing. You want to support. Let's build something together, family. Word, you got a pipeline of clients and stuff. Let's do it.
What you always say, lead with love.
Lead with love.
That's a perfect example. And again, we're gonna share this story with you so y'all understand, like, this shit is not a facade for us. See, we always talk about lead with love. My cousin led with love. He gave you the benefit of the doubt. I wouldn't have brought you on. I'd have canceled your shit out. See, I'd have canceled you, right?
Sure. But we practice what we preach.
But my cousin, like, now let's lead with love. We need that. It shows it. It'll show a different side of the culture of what happens when you don't make it in hip hop, right? We need to see that. So you understand what I'm saying? So we gave you the benefit of the doubt, homie, and you met that benefit of the doubt and that respect with arrogance and disrespect and discernment and
Message.
You out your mind, bro. Like, and if you don't like it, like I said, you can holler at me directly. And no problem addressing it. None.
Because that was nuts, bro. That was crazy.
Right.
Just business, bro. Business wise, why would you do that? Like, you just sounded so arrogant, bro. You don't know if I was a motherfucking fan like that. You don't know if I had all your albums. What if my father in them was fucking Shan fans and they excited. You didn't care about none of that shit.
Nothing.
You don't care about the fact that we're business. We have a core audience. What if our audience would have went back? Now, say we get 50,000 views on this joint, and now you get a spike in your streaming, and you get a little extra on the royalty check.
See?
What if you get an extra opportunity because somebody was like, oh, shit, yo, I seen him in a different light, homie.
See?
Yo, that was so real. Now I think we need a Shan documentary. Or maybe it's one of your people in your crew, because I don't see no Juice Crew documentaries or anything like that. I don't see you included in none of that shit.
Message. Maybe
that will pop off, bro. I don't see you at the charity events that the legacy acts are at. I don't see you. We'll be there.
But see, here's the funny part. Now you can see why.
That's the real.
So when they say like artists are hard to work with or we're hard to work with, this is a perfect example of that. And I gave this example a long time ago. I gave this example a long time ago because I used to do acting and things of that nature also, right? There's a lot of artists that have lost potential money-making roles in acting and modeling and things of that nature for this exact same reason. Showing up late, and not only showing up late, but showing up late and then arrogant behind it. Like if the show won't go on or be what it is without you. Understand? A lot of artists. Trust me. I'm not gonna blow dudes up, but trust me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro, but that, and I also gotta put homie on blast, because if you rock with us and supported us the way you said, for me to garner the opportunity for your client to come on, you should have told him what the fuck this was.
Yeah, where was your prep work? Where was your prep work?
Yo, homie, this ain't that type of vibe, bro.
Right.
Yo, they on this type of time. They doing shit
Right.
like, yo, I really like what they doing. And
Right.
we are not a podcast on an email spreadsheet or some shit. We are not one of those. And that maybe we have to stop that shit.
See what I said?
Now we think like, now we gotta stop it. Now it's jading us. Now maybe we should stop showing love to the hood, stop showing love to the legacy acts. We only got the biggest names that you could think of, and then nobody else can get on. No more fan appreciation. We're not bringing people on our platform and giving them a chance. Look, why would we do that?
So let me make you laugh, right? So one of the things that with the whole Math Hoffa situation in Champ, right? They always used to talk about Math Hoffa would never bring on like certain guests and never do shows that he felt like was beneath him. You see? Beneath him, right? And you'd be like, well, why would you act like that? You know what I'm saying? These are, again, you don't know what that man goes through every day. You don't know how many people reach out to him every day. You don't know how many times he extended his hand out. See, I'm playing devil's advocate. You don't know how many times he extended his hand out to people and got spit on and they spit in his face. And that's why, you see, so a situation like this, automatic response is no problem. Because guess what, homie? We on track to do millions without you.
Message.
Be clear, we can do a show, just me and my cousin, and I'll put money on it that will do triple the numbers of bringing you on any fucking way. We've done it. We don't even need a guest. But once again, us leading with love, you know what I'm saying? Trying to be positive, trying to do it for the culture. You know, we're not going to be all the way jaded, but be clear, right? Be clear. Because you did that, now we're going to put shit in paperwork, and now we're going to do the paperwork, and niggas going to have to sign. Niggas, if you're not prepped properly, we're going to cancel you right out. See? Now anybody coming on behind you is going to go through way more than you went through because you fucked up the opportunity for everybody else. And now, if you ever wanted to spin the block, ever, and your man wants to spin the block, then this is the message you get now.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Now holla at me with that Fetty Wap. See?
Right.
Now holla at me with the fettuccine Alfredo.
We said this shit earlier. The disrespect comes from people who wouldn't even fucking do the shit that we doing. You talk about the time away from your family and shit like this, homie. Do you know how many fucking hours it takes for us to do what we do?
Shit,
do you know how much bread it costs for the StreamYard? Do you know how much it costs to edit? You don't care, bro. But like you gotta, and this is what it is. And we doing this for the culture, bro. We doing this shit for the culture. For you to come in and act arrogant like that, not show up. I mean, showed up, but then showed your ass and do all that, bro. Like that shit was corny, bro. And guess what? We're gonna cross paths.
That's a fact. And then
we're going to cross paths, bro, because we outside.
And then I'm gonna say it to your face, because I get on it like that. I get on it like that. And my cousin, no, I'm gonna say it to you to your face, because I want to see what your energy is when we face to face. Ain't about no tough shit. I'm just 10 toes down like that. And you want to, and be clear, homie. You want to, bro. Let me tell you something. Like this is how you get shitted on. You understand, bro? We done have Beyonce pops on this show. We done had Venus and Serena Williams pops call into the show, get hung up on, and call back into the show, and still show way more respect, gratitude, and everything than what you did. And we talking two men that's like kingmakers, homie. Who are you? We done have billionaires on this show, homie. Are you dumb? And we are inviting you on a platform with people of that magnitude. Shit, I
win Pulitzer prizes. People are changing the world.
Cannes Lions awards and all that. Are
the most influential black man in corporate America. What are we talking about?
Dumb, bro.
This is what we do. This
whatever that shit you was on, get off that shit, man. And whoever's allowing you to be that way, fire them niggas. Because that's not the team you need around you. Real rap, man.
That shit is nuts, yo. The arrogant shit. No, I haven't seen it to that level in a very long motherfucking time.
Yeah, shit
was crazy. That shit was absolutely nuts.
Yeah, you bugging, homie. We do shows. Just me and my cousin. We do shows with 500 people on the live that end up getting 50, 60, 70,000 views without a guest. What we need you for? What we need you for? We could talk about anything. We're very intelligent. We could talk about current events. We could talk about topics. We could talk about business. But the fact that we talking about this is because we want our core audience to know we not going to skim off the top with y'all. Like I said, it's transparency all the way. We have good days, we tell y'all about them. When we got deals and we got shit coming up, we let y'all know the good shit. When we have guests canceled, we gonna let you know about that. When we got guests being fucking arrogant.
Right. Well, Price Casey, I don't know who you are, but if you want to come address it, we'll give you a link. What's up?
Exactly. You know what I mean?
We talking. We're not gonna do the back and forth chatter shit. We'll send you a link directly. I'll put it in the chat. You want to pull up and see what's up?
Pull up.
Please do.
Pull up.
Please do. That's what we on. Fuckers, we doing. We addressing a motherfucker who just showed his ass. That's what we're doing.
If you got that kind of energy, come on the show and bring that kind
That's what we're doing. We're addressing a motherfucker who we thought was a legendary moment in hip hop and was going to tell his story and celebrate this motherfucker, and he showed his ass. That's what we're doing. And so we're telling our fucking audience what that jackass did. Do you have a problem?
And if so, pull up.
Thank you.
Let's talk about it. Let's debate it. Let's hear what you got.
We got time today, cuz
I got all the time today.
I had 2 hours. What's up? What are we talking about? This is what y'all wanted? Is this what you want? Are you not entertained?
Crazy, man. Fuck out of here, man.
Come on, my nigga.
And like I said, let us know. We will gladly send you the link. And
you say you want the link. Price Casey, I have not heard you. You have not responded yet. Do you want this link?
What's up? Come on the show. Don't hide behind the text. See, we ain't text gangsters. Come on the show. Show your face.
We'll do it live in front of our audience. Let's talk about it.
Show that energy.
Gonna happen. If he want to come back on, he can come back on.
Nah, he ain't coming back on.
We wouldn't. But them clips would be mad funny as fuck.
I'm keeping 100 with you. I'm not. At this point, he's not coming back on. That's it. Executive decision has been made. He's not coming back on. Fuck out of here. No.
We're supposed to have the bridges over be queued.
Nah, for what? I should go get it. I should go get it now.
If you had it, freestyle session.
I got 16 right now, man. That shit is crazy, man. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what I mean?
Y'all remember when y'all y'all started rolling this 20 years ago? What are you talking about?
Listen,
you might be on the same shit he on. And whatever it is, whatever that's, y'all niggas on spice. What are you niggas on? Because y'all on some other shit. That over-the-counter shit is not good.
Hey yo, Casey, man.
What the is wrong with this guy? Am I kidding me or what?
The spice, bro, on that ice spice. Fucking ice spice. Thought I was feeling
This is crazy, man. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, you know why we got to do this? Because once again, it's impact over metrics. We want y'all to see what businesses go through. We want y'all to see it in real time so y'all know it's real, right? So y'all can be like, now on June 27th, 6:30, this motherfucker fucked up and they aired this. We want y'all to see it in real time, right? Because again, y'all need to understand that this is what business looks like. We not fucking sugarcoating this. We not fluffing this up, and we only gonna show y'all the cars, and we not doing that shit. We not only gonna show y'all when we out with Scylla. We not gonna do that. We showing y'all everything.
Everything.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about? And that's what's gonna make us different. Like
and we already different, and that's why we already different.
I don't know.
Yeah, and like I said, Casey,
we're getting into the entertainment role. Casey, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, stop. See, once again, right? Here it is right here, Casey. You got so much to say. You sitting there, finger gangster.
I don't know if that was good or basic. Getting into entertainment.
Forget all of that. We will send you the link. Pull up to the show. Show your face. Don't fucking have your camera off and all that. You want to debate? We'll give you the opportunity.
We got time. We supposed to have a guest.
That's a fact. Bring your ass on the show.
Audible.
But be clear. If you come on the show and you blabber mouth and you absolutely talking about gibberish, then I'm ejecting you. You know what I'm saying?
Getting the jazzy check.
That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? The Fresh Prince intro. You know what I'm saying? Ejecting you. Like an F1 fighter jet going down. You out in the stratosphere. You know, don't play with us, man. What's wrong with you, man? Like, what's wrong with you, man? You know what I mean? Like, shit crazy. But ladies and gentlemen, again, man, like, be clear, right? We're for the culture. We talk about it. But once again, this is a perfect example of when the culture spits in your face. We've already told you that we don't really do business with even Black businesses. You see, it's not a mistake. It's not a coincidence, right? How many coincidences do you have before it's not a coincidence? You understand what I'm saying? So once again, like we showing you what we have to go through a lot of the times when we're dealing with our own people. We're dealing with our own people, and we lead them with love, and we're giving you the respect, and we're giving you the courtesy. But what we're not going to do is allow you to disrespect us. What we're not going to do is allow you to downplay what we've built or what you think this platform is, because you don't have to think it's nothing. Don't come on. Don't watch. We're not for everybody anyway. We are a niche podcast. We've never came on and said, oh, we for everybody. We're not looking for everybody. We want the real to be with us. We want the real to watch us. We want the real to support us, because what we're giving back is the real. And that way, when we offer opportunities on this show and we give out opportunities, scholarships, information for grants, et cetera, that no other fucking podcast really is doing, y'all have faith that, yo, this is the real. They giving out the real. This ain't no scam. You see?
And they have to earn it.
Exactly. But this is what that looks like in its entirety, right? When we had our guy John Graham on and Chad Scott, and we talked about dating and relationships, right? And we talked about ladies, what you want in a man. You run your mouth, what you want in a man, and then you get that, and you can't handle it because you want the idea of what you think it is, but you get it in reality, and you haven't trained, you haven't prepped, and you can't handle what you ran your mouth and asked for in real time, and vice versa, right? Absolutely. And vice versa. That's what this looks like. That's exactly what this looks like.
Message.
Where you want to go with it, bro? You like you was flowing just now. I'm like, I want to bomb.
Like that's, so like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we was gonna push this episode back, you know what I'm saying, because we got two big events coming up next week. We gonna be live in person, big events, you know what I'm saying. Shout out to Dave Huey, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, shout out to the bro Dave Huey, you know what I'm saying. We going golfing, you know what I'm saying. I'm bringing out the all down socks and
the Ford. You know, we bringing it. Come on, that's what we do.
I'm bringing out the dress slacks to show the ankles, you know what I'm saying? And we going golfing celebrity. We got a celebrity, non-for-profit charity event that we going golfing on what's that, Monday?
Yeah, Monday. June 1st, shop for life.
June 1st, you know what I'm saying? And we got some stuff that we gonna do Tuesday, live and direct, you know what I'm saying?
And
we got fan appreciation, but we're gonna do that live and direct. We got local businesses we gonna support. See? We got local businesses we gonna support. But we feel like we out here moving.
Not just supporting local, we going to the local business, gonna set up our equipment, and we gonna show love, and we gonna be regular summer day ice cups on the block. Nobody gonna do that. Nobody doing that.
And might have a special guest pull up to that.
Like, why wouldn't we?
Right. See what I'm saying? So
why wouldn't we? So that's the beauty of what we do, is that we're multifaceted. That's why it's more than a title, y'all. Y'all might see us with a hip hop legend. You might see us with the CMO, one of the biggest brands in the world. You might see us on the block in front of the liquor store, chilling with the homies. That's what we can do, and that's what it's about. It's about giving us the information and all of us sharing it, so we could be improving the community and giving back. What's gangster right now is taking care of your kids. What's gangster is taking care of your community. What's gangster is doing everything that you're supposed to do as a man. What's gangster is following your dreams. What's gangster is showing your kids the right way. That's what we own, and we holding everybody accountable. And that's what this platform's for. Because if you're a CEO of a $1 billion brand and you're an asshole, we do not care. If you ain't putting people on, if you ain't doing the right things, if you're not giving back right on the spot, you would not be here on our show. Oh, link for the community. Oh, Derek said link for the community. I got you.
Huh?
Derek said link for the community. I'm putting it in. Where I put the link at? Put it in the YouTube right now. Got you. Hold on. Let me put it in the link. We would love for y'all to pull up because I'm ready to come again.
Let them pull up.
And it sucks because it's like, yo, bro,
crazy.
That was really crazy. We don't
that was
disrespect insane. Y'all. And you know what's funny? We were due for this. Because we literally were just talking about yesterday that we
Sure.
never have. Look at our experience. We just literally had a lady yesterday. Shout out to Bianca. Go on LinkedIn and shout out a service that's a technology. Shout out to EBO. If y'all want to know what's up with that, it's a platform of your podcast and you need guests. You sign up for the platform. It's a small fee, and they help you book. It's a really great service, Black owned. And they set up that meeting with Bianca Jackson, Pulitzer Prize winner from North Philly. Classic episode.
Phenomenal. That was phenomenal. She bodied that episode. And it's doing numbers. And it's doing numbers.
And showed the love. Went on LinkedIn, didn't ask. We didn't have to ask.
Right.
Didn't have to collab. Didn't have to ask.
Right.
You just did. You know what I'm saying? That's what support looks like. Because she understands as an entrepreneur what it looks like to do this. What it looks like to be away from your children, to be away from your dream. We have a business too. We could be focusing solely on that.
Facts.
Growing that. You wouldn't even hear about us. You wouldn't even know the process. You just see us rich one day and you'd be like, what? What happened?
See the difference? Here's the difference between us and these other podcasts. You can't touch these other podcasts. You can't really get in contact with them. You see,
talk about it.
We screw ourselves up all the fucking time, man. We talk about all this empowerment shit and community, but we fuck it up all the time, man. When you get in contact with us, you get in contact with either me or my cousin directly. We ain't putting you in contact with assistants. We could do that though. We ain't putting you in contact with managers and shit. We could do that. What you think? You think a manager is hard to find? You think we can't get somebody to manage us? You think we can't get an assistant? You're dumb. Of course we could. We choose not to. See, because what that does is it cuts down the red tape. When you want to reach out to us, we respond directly. Not get in touch with a person to get in touch with a person to get in touch with a person. So when you wonder why we got different energy in person, is because one, you're not honest. You're inflating your position and you're lying about what you could deliver, right? So if we get in contact and you say, yo, I could bring a guest on the show, we go, okay, who's your guest? You send us the information, we go to book the guest. And then you go, yo, I'm gonna take care of everything. I'm like, yo, you sure? You're like, yeah, I'm gonna be with the guest at the time. Don't worry, I'm gonna make sure shit runs smooth. We need this date so the guest is in the country. ABC, you run down the whole shit. And then you're not even with the guest. The guest is out the country. You're not with the guest. You got to get in contact with their assistant that's with them and relay a three-way message. And then you wonder why we look at you sideways.
Message.
And then you wonder why when you like, well, I got this other person and this other person ready to go. And we like, we're good. Dead everybody else. You see? Stop faking the fucking funk. Stop over exaggerating your position or acting like you could provide a service that you know you can't provide. Just be message. I could do this, I could do that, I could plug you in with this and let us go from there. We would have a better relationship with each other if we did that. But motherfuckers just.
But we move like that in every aspect. Business, life, relationship, across the board. Be real. We're going to tell you what it is, who we are right up front. We don't want to play the guessing games. We don't do that. We like you, we rock with you, we gonna hit you up. There's many a guests that we just hit up on the check-in. We ain't gotta do business. We just checking in, yo. We just thinking about you. Y'all read an article that made me, yo, that was dope. I made an intro without you even asking. You might have needed that.
Yeah, man.
That's what we do, yo.
I'm telling y'all right now, we changing this shit up. Once we get off this show tonight, paperwork will be drafted up. Motherfuckers is gonna start signing contracts and this and that, or don't come on the show. That's it.
And even that, we've done 131 episodes on the handshake, y'all.
Yep, on a handshake. On
how good is that?
Here, Shan. Word is bond. You remember that saying? Word is bond. When you give your word, it's your bond. So if you say you're gonna be here at 5:30, be here at 5:30, which really should have meant you should have been here at 5:20, 5:25 early.
We gave you the instructions.
See?
Please arrive 5 minutes before for audio check. It's in the email.
Minimum 5 minutes before, right?
Here's the show link. Here's the YouTube link. Here's what it is.
Better if we said we had that bag for you, though. Your attitude would have been totally different. See how niggas change?
But it's free. It's not worth your time, right? And you don't know what's going on with us.
Right.
You don't know what's going on with us, bro.
But just so y'all know, like I said, I want y'all to listen, and I want y'all to listen very clearly, right? We not being funny, but we telling y'all what it is the real. I told y'all before, right? Let's be clear about this shit. We are predominantly for the culture. Most of our guests are from our own culture. But be clear, we from New York City. We from New York. We from New York. I told y'all it's 10 million minimum people in New York City alone, just the 5 boroughs. Do you think that there's not a lot of successful people, 100,000, 500, a million successful people that we could CEOs, you know how many businesses are in New York? You know how many CEOs are in New York? You know how many millionaires or billionaires live in New York? That we could just have just a New York-based show and get all of our clientele from just lower Manhattan. We ain't even got to leave lower Manhattan. We don't need to go to any other borough. We could just stay in lower Manhattan and fill this show up twice a week for years. For years.
But then it would exclude us.
Right.
And that's the challenge, right? Then it would exclude the culture. We just sent the link out. We're gonna have Sis pull up right now because she's watching. We're gonna have Sis pull up. We had our mamas on the show.
Right.
On the same show that we just mentioned, all the most influential black, this is what it's for. It ain't about your title. It's about who you are as the person. And if y'all haven't gotten that in 131 fucking episodes, that we don't care about that, we do everything genuine. We're real like that. Y'all see the vibes. Y'all see when people come on, they're going to give us content that they're probably not going to give other people. Why? Because we have a good ability to make people feel comfortable. And why is that? Because they can feel and sense our energy. They know there's no bullshit here. There is no, I gotta, shall I not say that? And da. If you say something crazy, I probably would know that I don't want you to, we're probably not going to put a clip on that and go viral with it. You know what I'm saying? If you say something crazy, salacious or something, you might have been smacked. We might have been chilling. We'll put up the good one. The story about you winning this, selling your business for millions. We're going to put that up. And if they hear it, they hear it. It is what it is. Live stream. What do you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? But you feel me? That's how real we are, y'all. Come on.
Yeah, he said, yep, because if Mika and I pull up, it's lit. Pull up. What you waiting for?
You got to, yeah, it's to 7:30.
Mika
looking for pop.
Until they pull up, since we talking about music, man, let's talk about somebody actually for real legendary in music. That Kendrick shit, yo, listen. Shout out to K. Dot, man.
That was crazy.
I think he has just solidified himself, man, as he's always been one of the best dudes out the West, but that fucking move he did, that concert, he has solidified himself as one of the fucking GOATs, man. I don't even think it could get better than what he has done.
You can't question it. That moment right there, bro.
That goes to hip hop museum. That's history, bro.
Hip hop history, bro. And then for us as artists, no ad-libs, no background music. He rapped that motherfucker 5 times straight without a mess up. Y'all know how hard it is. You know how conditioned you have to be for that, to sit there and make it the show and then show the love. When you got the crown, come on. If you had the crown, you ain't got to show the whole West Coast love.
That's a
People
fact.
go in front of the bill, have Bloods, Crips, all that other shit, have the homies here. You didn't have to do that. You could have made that moment and completely went corporate and whitewashed.
Yep.
And you would have got a bigger bag.
But see, once again, we don't see, and again, it's about talking about respect, right? It's about talking about respect. See, people do shit that's not often celebrated, that y'all just overlook, that you don't understand how important it was for the movement. Not only did he do that, but before he did that, he knew how crazy that they not like us. He knew how crazy shit was going. He knew everybody was using his music, and he released it royalty free.
Come on.
He released it royalty free. Now anybody can use it on any platform, any way they want to use it, no restrict. He didn't have to do that. He could have chased the bag. He could have been oh, this is the banger. I'm definitely, see what I'm saying?
Don't mind.
See?
And didn't.
See?
Didn't. But
stop, man. We gotta stop this shit, man. We are fucking destroying. I said this shit before, man. We destroying ourselves, man. People are out here showing genuine love. They doing shit genuinely for the culture. That should have been headline news, man. That shit should have been one of the biggest things talked about. Royalty free. Kendrick Lamar releases the joint royalty free. Anybody? That's what I'm talking about. But see, we don't want to talk about that shit.
That was, bro. The way he basically systematically broke him down, bro.
Yeah.
From all aspects, from music, from the look, from the branding, from the aesthetics, like all of that shit, bro. Like he really put on, like, this shit is gonna age incredibly well. It's aging well now. Like that shit is gonna be, yo, bro, 20 years from now, like, damn, he put out the video, he did this, he had all the West Coast in it. But if y'all look at success, you can see who's really about this shit by the level of support they get. And we was just at an event not too long ago, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I look at things. I'm not saying what event, anything like that. Like, shout out to them, whatever. But like, you know what I'm saying? You see what kind of person they are by the level of support you get. If you're an asshole in real life and you don't support other people, you're not gonna get no support back. The reason why we able to get this love we get is because we support people, y'all. And if we do a more than entitled event or we do anything, you know how crazy that shit's gonna be. Like,
not if, when we do it.
When we do it. But that's why his moment was so monumental. He was ready for it, prepared for it, and he took the biggest moment of his life and he had fun with it. You know how many motherfuckers were nervous? What do I say? I'm gonna say the hardest punchline, and I'm gonna kick his ass, and I gotta be the best chorus. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be honest with you, like that goes up there right next to, and I mean right next to, parallel, right next to Jadakiss doing what he did at the Garden. It's one of those moments.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely. The verses in that moment is parallel for sure.
That's it.
Hip hop history.
It's hip hop history. It's showing that not only am I a rapper, but no, I'm that guy for real. Like, let me really show you what separates me from these other dudes out here. You know what I'm saying?
Mindset and heart. How bad do you want it?
Yeah.
Niggas talk about it, but do you want it? Was you prepared? Because Dipset had a catalog to really kind of give them a better run than what they gave.
They wasn't prepared. They was on that cocky shit.
Exactly. There you go. We in New York, and New York love us, so they're gonna give us more love, and you bet the race on that.
Well, I mean, they also bet the race on, you know, because motherfuckers think Harlem is a borough.
It's not. Yeah.
You got motherfuckers that think Harlem is an actual borough. You name the 5 boroughs. Oh, Bronx, Harlem.
It be like that, bro. But they're influenced. Like it's a tough one, bro, because you know what? It was 2 different audiences they was capturing. And some of them intermingled too, right? Some of their audiences across mingle. So like, yo, we wanted to be fresh, fly, boom, boom. Wanted to hear that shit. Dipset. Chills was a Dipset. You know what I'm saying? He used to hear it all the time. Oh, he loved me. I'm more of a, we's hustling. I want to hear Kiss.
I like some of Dipset's music. You know what I'm saying? I don't listen to all of it. I don't listen to all of anybody.
Kiss was my guy. Kiss was my guy.
No, I'm just saying. But Kiss, I like Kiss too, but I don't listen to all of Kiss shit. Like I'm talking about now. I played CDs until they couldn't play no more. Oh no, I'm not doing that.
Now I'm telling you, like, nigga, that's how much I love Kiss, nigga. Like that was that shit. That's all I play. I
like a lot of artists, and I give a lot of. I like Kendrick. I don't listen to all of Kendrick's. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, different people have different moods. That's why music is so dope, because whatever mood you're in, you can listen to the genre of music or the feel or the style of the music that enhances that mood, right? Or plays to that mood. That's why we need the diversity, right? That's why we need so many different artists, so that you can always kind of get what you're looking for. You understand what I'm saying? But it just goes to show you, perfect example of just not being prepared. You know what I'm saying? You went to the stage, you had a lawn chair. You had the lawn chair. You wasn't even going to rap for a while. You thought Jewels was going to carry the show. That was a terribly miscalculated mistake. You understand?
Jewels tried, bro. That was kind of tough to go against. So they're so coordinated, bro. This is what we do versus this is we haven't done a show maybe in 6 months, 8 months.
Once again,
preparation.
How much did you prep for that show? You understand what I'm saying? Even down to the outfits, like even down to the outfits, man. It's like
it was like we going to war.
Yeah, it was like, but Joel, like, what are you wearing, homie? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
okay, he was being him. He had to stay on brand.
Yeah, but come on, my nigga. Like,
you gotta stay on brand, bro.
Nah, staying on brand. You wear the hats, I wear the glasses. You know what I'm saying? We dress the way we dress, but guess what? When we go out and we need to switch it up, we're still on brand, but you got to know how to play to what you're playing to. You understand? And guess what? Looks and being on brand is also time stamped, right? Time stamped, right? Culture moves the look and move. This is just my look now with the curly hair and the beard and all that. This wasn't my look. You understand what I'm saying? 5 years ago. You understand what I'm saying? Like, at a different look, right? And that was my look. That was my brand for however many years it was. And you transition, you develop, right? You age gracefully. You get better. You understand? But, you know, I'm just saying.
Joel's in a suit up there.
I'm not
Don't fuck with you.
some of them outfit choices be like there's a difference between being fashion forward, being fashionably correct, and a motherfucker trying way too hard. It's obvious.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You had a rap
Gives me
concert.
that.
You had a rap concert. Perfect example. You had a rap concert. This is called verses, music verses. It ain't jury battle. And one of the things you do is stop the fucking music for a nigga to put on another chain on your neck, another chain. You had on like 5. And then you had a nigga to put on another chain. And a rap battle has nothing to do with jury. What message that you understand? Like, what are we talking about? Oh, and then to tell people, yeah, there's another $150 on my neck. What does that even? This is a rap battle, bro. What is your chain means? Your chain can't rhyme. You should have, if that was the case, you should have gave your chain a mic and had the chain spit some bars or some shit.
But I ain't gonna lie, but I thought I would have wanted Jimmy to be more present. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, he did shit like that. Like him, if Joel's and Jimmy was on that same energy, like, nah, we could rap with you. Jimmy rap his ass off, bro. Now he do. Now we do. I can't say when he first, but that's what Jada played into it. He played into the same thing what Kendrick did. Played this. He said, "You just started to learn." Then now he couldn't be on beat. Remember, he's like, he just started to learn to be on beat. Son. Said that in the verses. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro.
What'd you say? When he said? When
Jada said on stage, he said, Jim just learned how to rap. So he played into that. You gonna say that? You know what I'm saying? And Jim, he rap right now. He's supposed to be like, "Nah, I'm with you, Kiss. What up? I got 16s." You know what I mean? But you live and you learn.
But he didn't.
Bro, that's a big stage, bro. We don't know what you'll do when you're on a big stage like that, bro.
I tell you this. I know what I won't do. I tell you that. You know what I'm saying? I know what I won't do because I know how I practice. I know how I prepare for things. You understand? Look at all the shit we just talked about how we prepare for the show. Let's talk about it. Think about all the things that we do behind the scenes, how we prepare for this show.
Everything.
So if we get put on the big stage, even if we don't do anything different than what we already do, we have a certain work ethic to produce a certain type of show that's on a certain level already. So why would we choke when we do this every single day and it's second nature to us? Huh?
Yeah, no, now it is.
All right. Well, so this is what we're talking again.
No, it is. You know what I'm saying? But it's different. It's a battle, though.
They got 20 years of rapping. What are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about battling. If we go against another podcast, something like that, like, how do you even prepare for that? You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, I get what you're saying.
For it. Dipset knew they was going against LOX. Look at their catalog. You know their bangers. Look at that. What are you talking about? The information is there. You can pull up all the analytics. What's their best performing songs? What regions do they perform in? What crowd list? What are you talking about?
You can't
have people stop spending all that money on the jury. Spend money on people to do research and analytics and bring you the information and say this is how the show should look. This is no different than artists.
I can't.
Watch this. You know, a lot of artists go out and perform concerts, right? They do shows. Yeah. A lot of artists are boring as shit. After how many years of performing? You know why? Because you don't care. You don't put in enough effort to make your show better. And then you have artists that say, I want to go out and create the most transformative experience in a concert that a person has ever seen in life. You know who did shit like that? Kanye. Not only did he design the sets, he designed brand new audio in the way that the audio is even brought to you. Brand new systems to even bring you the audio in a different caliber so that you can hear it differently. So do you understand? You see the difference?
Yeah,
you see the difference? Right. And look, you see what they said about 50 show. Yo, I haven't heard anybody say anything different than this is probably one of the best hip-hop concerts in history. The what is it? The Last Lap tour?
Yeah, Last Lap I heard was crazy.
It was meticulously put together. The sound, the stage, the light. You think that's by accident? That's not by accident.
It's preparation.
Thank you.
No, definitely preparation. But what I'm saying for them, what I was saying, the preparation shit for me and you, if we on a battle, like, yes, we prepare for this shit every single day. How do we prepare for that? For them, they know what songs they could have went market research. Totally agree with you on that. First of all, you're supposed to have a DJ that knows your shit. You're supposed to have a DJ that knows your shit, like, because a lot of shit is going to be instinctual. A lot of shit is going to be, you played that, it got them on that. I got to be able to maneuver. I got to be able to pivot. I got to be able to do this. I got this if this happens. They didn't have if this happens, this happens.
There you go.
They didn't have that.
There you go.
Point blank.
That's what I'm saying to you.
And you could tell Technique knew what it was. He's like, yo, matter of fact, when we went to the girl melody, when kissing them, we ain't got drinks for the chicks. Put like 5 joints in the clip. Boop, 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 boop. 1 verses.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that again, that's what I'm talking about, right? Preparation for the big stage, right? And that's what we're doing, ladies and gentlemen. We are sitting here preparing ourselves every single day for when we take this podcast to the next level. That way, not to say that we won't make a mistake. That's not what I'm saying. Not to say that things won't go wrong, because life be life and things go wrong every single day that are just out of our control. But our message is very clear. And we're in the process of taking this podcast to the next level. When we get to the next level, you're still going to get a level of consistency. You're still going to get a level of professionalism. And you're still going to get a level of overall quality that is not going to deteriorate when we get to that next level. It can't deteriorate because we're putting in the time, the work, the effort, the research to ensure that it doesn't. See the difference? It's a difference. It's a difference.
Big difference. Yeah, this was dope, man. I ain't gonna front. This was a dope episode, but this is disappointing. I hope y'all get the lesson that we going through, bro. Sometimes this is what happens, right? And we gotta stop doing this shit for the culture. We gotta stop doing this shit. We gotta leave the ego alone. And that's what ego gets a lot of motherfuckers in jail, and it gets a lot of motherfuckers killed. And it stops a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit. And this is the problem in our culture. If we're gonna talk about it, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Come in here with arrogance instead of just looking at each other like, yo, we kings, we brothers, this is what we doing. It's uplifting. We're gonna show each other something different, and we don't. So, Shan, if you hear this shit, I'm disappointed, King. You were supposed to come on here because we were gonna fucking celebrate you. If this motherfucker ain't tell you what we was gonna do, I'm gonna tell you. We was coming here to celebrate you, regardless of whatever, and we wanted the real story. And you just played yourself for nothing, bro. So what I'm gonna say is, it's crazy. The whole situation look crazy. We tried to show you love, man. I hope you get the help you need. I hope everything good, bro. I hope you just good in life. Real shit. I hope you all right, man, because what you just came here and did was fucking wild. And I hope you learned through your fucking experiences, man.
And
that shit was nuts.
And that's the difference between me and my cousin. You ain't getting that kind of energy from me.
We still no, you still fucked up, but it's like, yo, bro, because something wrong with your brother.
I'm not even saying all of that. Like you, again, that's why we work, because we're, you know what I mean? That's why we work. And see, tell you, ladies and gentlemen, he's the more, you know what I mean? The more forgiving. You're not getting that kind of energy from me. Yo, shout out to my brother Will Klassen, man. Will Klassen on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Talk about teach. Look, again, man.
Will
Klassen came on the show. Man. Will Klassen came on the show. Like, we showing y'all what we doing over here, man. Will Klassen came on the show. Talked about the rule in boxing that was developed from his father being killed in the ring in a professional sport trying to feed his family. Now watch this. He came on there and show and gave us this amazing story. This obviously it's a hurtful story, sensitive story, right? But guess what? We already had a boxing champion on the show, Kid Chocolate, and Kid Chocolate, humble, now world champion, was like, yo, I would like to be a special co-host and interview Will. And he even came on the show. Again, a world champion coming on the show, showing love to somebody that helped pave the way to even make it possible for him to become what he became. See?
Will, I'm gonna piggyback on that, Will. Yeah, bro. Man, as soon as we asked him, he didn't think twice.
He didn't even hesitate.
It was like, yo, bro, he didn't hesitate. He said, what date? Boom, I would love to.
He didn't hesitate.
That's it.
And was on time.
Was present. He was in the gym.
Interactive and all that.
Great questions. And that's what we need to do for each other, man. Where you gonna see that? Where you going to see that?
Been on this bullshit like, yo, I'm a champion. I already been on the show. What I need to interview somebody else for? See, this is what we're talking about, right? But he didn't do that, right? Again, so we got good examples of us doing the right thing, and we showed y'all that. But that's why we going to fucking let y'all know these bad examples also. You understand what I'm saying? To show y'all there is a balance, right? It ain't always just good, man.
It's not.
It ain't always just good. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. So, that's it, man. We're not going to really drag this show out, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, we had a guest and he blew it, and we wanted to let y'all know that he fucked it up, and we wasn't going to sugarcoat it. You understand? You know what I mean? And we still wanted to give y'all at least an hour to let y'all know what's going on. But understand, like I said, we for the culture, man. And yeah, believe. Like that's gonna affect the way that we do business. Be clear. Like it's not even a discussion. I'm telling you ahead of time. Anybody else, and it's crazy because if you guys ever listen to when we talk about guests and we give you the information to hit up the guests and we give you their direct contacts and how to reach out to them, one of the first things I say to you is treat them as professionals. Treat them with respect, right? You can reach out to them, but have your questions ready. Do your preparation. Their time is valuable. Don't take that shit for granted. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to our brother Doug, man. Doug Melville just pulled up. Again, another brother that showed us nothing but love and support, right? So again, man, you know, he said stop playing.
Yo, we had MC Shan.
Yo, Doug, man,
go crazy today.
Got crazy, Doug, man. This guy came on the show and went crazy. Now
showed his ass.
I don't know, man.
we should have pressed play so y'all can see it, but he showed his ass.
You know what I'm saying?
Showed his ass. This is why we should have pressed. They would have. We would have went viral.
That would have went viral. See, but once again, like you see what we do, ladies and gentlemen, we could have. Hold on. Oh wait. Yo, send Doug. We're gonna send you the link. Doug said he's gonna jump on from the hot.
Yeah.
Send Doug the link.
Doug, where's the link? I just sent the link up here, bro.
We're gonna put the link in again for you, Doug. Put the link in again for Doug to jump on. Let's let Doug jump on real quick, man. We love Doug, man. We love Doug, man. Doug showed nothing but love.
But that's one of our that's our brothers, one of our mentors. Somebody that's just about his word, man. And that's what and his respect, his word, man. You know what I'm saying? He knows we're not gonna play with his time. He's giving us valuable information to grow our business. We talk consistently, man. He called people out with us because we hold people accountable.
Facts.
Like that's real stuff. And
facts.
That's why it's love, man. So like we when we get people like that, we cherish them.
Yeah, man.
Because that's what needs to be celebrated.
Yeah.
Not all that other shit, man. Not coming on here and showing your ass and you got your kids in the background and
because
we trying to make money.
Just remember, ladies and gentlemen, we talk about this shit all the time, right? Be clear, right? We're not gonna be at this level for too much longer, right? Like it's like a hot artist, right? Yeah, you ain't fucking him when he was an independent. Then he get to be clear, like you're not gonna deny this talent, you're not gonna deny this work ethic. We only gonna be at this level, but so much longer, and then we go to the next level, and then the next level, right? And I'm telling y'all ahead of time, man, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, we still gonna show love, man. But I'm telling you, like, this is why people, when they the Earn Your Leisures and the David shit, when they get to a certain level, they disconnect.
Message.
They disconnect, and you can't touch them in person. They walk around with bodyguards and security. This is why, because when they try to show that love, when they try to show that love and they try to be genuine and they try to be, you know, hands on it for the culture, we spit in they fucking face and we disrespect them and we show them that, you know, we're not putting them up on the pedestal that they deserve, that they earned to be on, man. And this is why people act like that, man. We got to stop that shit, man, because all you're doing is blocking your own blessings.
And we're not doing it. Who's going to do it, man? Straight up. Like I said, we're in a unique lane. Yes, we could do content on the block. We could do walkthroughs, but who also can sit there and talk with some of the biggest names in business,
right?
Intelligently, and actually know the business, dissect it, know the right questions to ask. Be that good in our craft where we create an energy where you give us that information because they know how valuable it is. That information is for the community, and not everybody's going to get what they're saying. But it's going to be a couple of people that actually get that shit, understand it, and go crazy with it. That's what we're here for. And that increases our chances. We get more money. Somebody's life's changed. That's what we're here for.
It's a fact.
We can be hoarding the information, not giving a fuck. We don't want to. We want to show y'all, man, because nobody's showing. I haven't seen it. I don't know if this show was like that in the beginning, but this damn show, I know it ain't just real. And I stamp that. I bet it all on that.
And you know how we know, and you know how we know it ain't this real? Because unless this is divine intervention, because I keep saying it all the time, unless it's divine intervention, and is only so many coincidences you can have where it's not a coincidence anymore. We'll talk about something on the show. We will put up something, a topic, or go about doing a show a specific way. The show will air because it's live. The clips come out a day or two, and then under a week later, other shows have the exact same topic, almost the exact same way. That's a hell of a coincidence. That's a hell of a coincidence. I'm just saying.
Message.
It's a hell of a coincidence. So, okay, one time, no problem.
Happened at least 10.
2, 3 times, 4 times. How many more times before?
My God, Doug, wait a minute. Hold on. Nah, my boy Doug, hold on. I gotta give me another blue moon for this. I gotta give me another blue moon, Doug.
See, this
My
is why we
God.
love
Guys,
dogs,
listen,
man.
I'm in my hot tub in the lake.
Yeah,
My boy, this is my boy.
I love dogs.
Listen, it's 7:01. I checked out at 7. I checked out at 7, but I'm in the lake, in the hot tub on the lake right here.
You should be, bro.
We
My
love
God.
it, man. What up, Doug, man?
Bro, what are you guys doing? Why are you working so hard doing lives and everything?
We try to do it for the community, Doug.
Yeah, come on, they got to see
Bro,
it, Doug.
I love more than a title. Listen, I'm
Yeah.
trying to work with you guys to bring you to the promised land because the game is savage.
Right.
There's a lot of tricksters and gangsters out here. Just don't even get it twisted. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. Double down on it and bet twice the house on it.
Message.
Doug get the baby for that, bro. You know, like I said, Doug, you know, and I'm pretty sure you've gone through this, Doug, man. You know, like I said,
Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's do it like have a private conversation in public. I would never normally do. I never even did an Instagram live.
Yeah.
I never in my life ever did an Instagram live. But you
love
know,
you,
I figured now I got a little energy here. You know, let's dial in.
Yeah. I'm just saying, Doug, like, you know, like I said, with any career, right? With anything that you start, when you're fresh into it, you are very optimistic about your purpose and what you want to do, right? Can we all agree to that? Like, you're a cop, right? You want to be a cop because you really want to fight crime. The problem is, even with me being in the military, I went into the military to serve my country. I went into the military to you know, get benefits for my family. And I had a certain thing that I understood of what I thought the military was. And as the years started to go by and the things started to happen to me, it very quickly showed me that what I thought this organization was, it really wasn't. And the biggest lesson that I learned from that, which is why I got out and I didn't do 20 years, was I watched people get out after their contract 5, 6, 7 years, Doug, right? Imagine being a part of an organization that literally is asking you to lay your life down if needed. That's what the military is, right? We go to conflicts, wars. Some of us don't come home. Some of us come home. You know what it is, right, Doug?
Follow directions,
right? You know what it is.
Directions.
Now watch this. I watch guys get out the military, and as being a part of an organization of a family and a family, right? Well, I'm glad you said that, Anthony, because I wasn't in the Army. So I'm a Marine, goddammit, don't get it confused.
Hilarious.
I get what you're saying, but you know that I had to just slide that in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Marine, I'm not an Army guy, but I'm not a soldier, I'm a Marine. So, but I'm just saying, I understand what you're saying. But yo, Doug, I watch people get out, right? And I watched all the respect, all the love. When you're in the military, yo, you could be an alcoholic, you know, drugs, they will help you through everything. Family, counseling. Yo, when I say the support is 2,000%, it was 2,000%.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The moment that a person said, I'm not renewing my contract, I plan on getting out, it wasn't even like months that they changed. It was a complete 180 in that moment. Oh, you getting out? Okay, we need your gear by this day. We need, and like, okay, I need time to, no, you're gonna do it by this time. It was a complete rhythm shift. I was like, are you fucking shitting me? And when the person, and now the person is transitioning out, and now that I'm not a part of the family or the gang anymore, you don't give a fuck about me. And then as a veteran, when you get home and you're looking for the benefits, just in case you need some type of help and help acclimating, yo, when I realized the services was so bullshit and so minimal, once again, it made me be like, yo, why am I a part of this fucking organization? Because they're using us. It's only good when you're there. The moment the gang anymore, a part of the organization anymore, fuck you. That's the message, plain and simple, right?
That's every business, I feel like.
But I'm just showing you, right? So that's why I say, like, you know, this is why we're doing it. You know what I'm saying? This is why we're doing it, because we actually love our culture, Doug. You understand what I'm saying? And
yeah, but somebody, see, the thing is that we have to realize that, you know, the same country that invented the television invented the publicist. You know, we're
Message.
You had to catch
we're not doing enough when we really look at, you know, and the thing is, what I learned kind of looking back in history just 5 minutes ago, literally 5 minutes ago, America invented the television, the internet. They invented the airplane. They scaled the automobile. You know, you'd argue that the best inventions in the world were all created here. Electricity. You know, I mean, these are things that changed the world. So the reality is we also are big on reputation management. We're good at marketing because we invented the television and the internet and the movie camera. And actually, if you read about the creation of the movie camera, you should read about for the first 17 years, the person who created the movie camera could pick all of the movies because he had the rights to make the movies he individually as a person wanted, because the patent lasted for 17 years. So the first 7 were one single individual's perception of what they felt should be movies. We're not really understanding there's two big things here. And I think you hit it on the head with the military or even like friendship or business. When you are a person of note and people know who you are and people, you know, are familiar with your name, maybe not household, maybe so, loyalty over competency. So we all the time feel if I work hard, if I this, if I that, that's in theory. And that is true in theory. But in practice, people would rather have loyalty over competency. Not everybody, but a lot of people of wealth, of stature, of visibility. So when you talk about the military, when you say you're not going to resign, it's not even to say you're not competent, but it's to say that in my own judgment, loyalty is valued over competency. Just like you say, blood is thicker than water.
Yeah.
And family is bigger than friends. You know, like there's all these little things, but this is what is happening because as you get higher up the food chain, the air gets thin.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the straws are narrow. And everybody's trying to breathe. So if you get air, someone else's straw has to go down at the very, very top. And what's happening in the world we live in is that everybody loves the bottom. The mixed is middle. The middle is mixed. But as you get up past, you know, halfway up the mountain, now it's survival of the fittest. And you're looking for other people to hand you a canteen or, you know, double down on the, you know, carabiner to make sure it's tied right and, you know, all the things.
Yeah.
And that's where you look at people with similar life experiences. But the thing is, they're not helping.
Message.
And it's confusing to people because we believe that, you know, that's not how it is because your family or your parents, or even if it wasn't your family or parents, your friend, you know, told you that, you know, as you get up here and this and that and look for familiar faces, but it just doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, Doug, but loyalty over competency. We actually had a conversation with a white man a couple of days ago. Let me give you the real. You know what he told us? He said there's business and there's business. In order for me to do business with you, I have to know you for at least 10 years. So that goes back to the loyalty over competency, anything what you're saying, right? But then I flipped it to him. I said, you know what? He asked Cuzzo to take his glasses down. He said, you're honest. I could tell you're telling the truth. I like you guys' energy and your vibe. So I said, if you like that, why the fuck would it take 10 years for you to do business with me?
Say, because I don't know you.
But then what are we talking about? Then what is enough? What is the line? And the line is subjective.
Jarrett, have you ever read about the story of how Bank of America started? It was originally called Bank of Ireland. And during the San Francisco fires in the early 1900s, the way that they had secured their money, they were the only bank that was able to actually have money because the other money burned and blah, blah, blah. Okay. And how they would give loans out to people, they would shake their hand and they would see how rough their hands were to see how hard they worked. And that was the original credit score.
Easy.
It wasn't good if you were a person of color. So see, this is what I'm saying about this. This is tricky stuff up here. You know, life's not fair is the number one lesson of the journey.
Right.
You know, and
That's
you know,
right.
it's all around us. You know, JJ Redick gets the coaching job, and everybody says, "Why isn't it Sam Cassell?"
That was crazy. We
Message.
definitely
And
talk
I'm
about
saying
that.
I don't know Sam. You know, I like the NBA as a fan, but I don't actually have any more information. But when you put the resumes by one another, you know, it's hard to figure out how one over the other. But then it goes back to
Marketability in business.
loyalty over competency. It goes back to marketability. It goes back to awareness.
I'm
You know,
I'm just saying, like Sam Cassell, multiple championships, multiple years.
everybody's
But
irate.
JJ is
The
going to
whole
put asses in
internet.
Yeah,
seats
I'm
and
just
get his
saying.
ABC and Channel 7
Shit is
20
crazy.
times more than we
I
would have had with Sam.
I mean,
That's
just a coincidence that JJ Redick just happens. Remember, I just said coincidences. How many coincidences is not a fucking coincidence? Just so by chance, JJ Redick has a podcast with LeBron.
But but
Like, I'm
guess
just
what?
saying, like that.
No,
And
but he
does
worked 3
5
years.
episodes, gets hired, and now said
Right,
no
you
more
understand what I'm
podcast.
saying? Like,
But he
The
also
podcast is over now.
But
It's
guess what?
5
But
episodes.
guess what, Doug and Chad? You know what? I'm gonna keep it real on. Guess what? Sam Cassell had the same fucking opportunity to create a content and do 3 old men and a joint podcast, and it became the biggest basketball podcast in the country, and that led to the opportunity with fucking LeBron James. After that, Podcast P. After that, fucking Jeff Teague. After all of them, the landscape changed. After JJ Redick, he was first to market, so he got that opportunity. Sam Cassell had the same fucking opportunity. Is that what we talking about?
Well,
That's
as things
competency.
change, you don't know what the levers are pulling.
That's it.
You know, it's hard to say
That's
that, you
it.
know, you're the first, because normally the first person isn't successful. Normally it's the second.
Okay.
Yahoo invented search. Google's the one that made it. Blimpie invented the sandwich chain. Subway. You know, usually it's not actually the first. You know, McDonald's was really kind of the second. You know, but I mean, point taken to what you're saying. But
Yeah.
you know, this is the tricky part
That's it.
of when the landscape changes, because what podcasts originally got their title, and actually podcasts were launched by Steve Jobs when he introduced the iPod. And when he introduced the iPod at the first ever Apple conference, he said, you'll have the ability to upload your own audio and make podcasts. But it actually took over 10 years for really anybody to make them that wasn't like a super, you know, brainiac in the industry. But he actually invented and created the word. But what I'm saying is, think about 10 years, all those people that made podcasts where it wasn't big enough. You know, you sometimes when you're too early, you lose out.
Yeah,
you know?
Those early
And I
adopters
think
weren't Joe Rogan.
Yeah, exactly. The early, you have to be an early adopter, but like late enough. So all the people in front of you had made the errors. You know, you're right. Like Joe Rogan, he wasn't first, but he was like first biggest or something. You know, like it's very hard. You can't almost predict it.
Exactly.
Everything is timing.
This is the trick.
But that's what we betting on, Doug. We betting on the realness. Guess what, Doug? You've been on how many platforms? How many platforms have you come through in a fucking jacuzzi, chilling, talking real?
Well, I like the more than the title. I like.
Wait, hold on. I gotta get myself.
And you know, I like hanging out with you guys because you know, you guys came to my birthday. That was unexpected and
love, man.
And that was great. You guys stayed the whole time, brought the crew and everything, met everybody and the whole thing. I mean, that just felt good on energy. I invited a lot of the people that I was, you know, talked to or anything like that. But I like you guys because I see you, as in, you know, I remember when I started my podcast. You know, when I started my first podcast, I was working at a company. And it was the year 2000 and I want to say 15, maybe it was 14. And you couldn't get your podcast on Spotify or anything, but we loaded our podcast on a platform called Podbean. And then Podbean.
Podbean.
Podbean then did a partnership with Spotify that the top podcasts on Podbean would go to Spotify. And then we got our podcast on Spotify and we started doing numbers by the tens of thousands. Right. But what happened was I was working at an ad agency and me and my CEO, Rob, decided to we had a woman that came up to us in the lobby and said, hey guys, we always do happy hours at our ad agency and everyone loves them, but some people's husbands have problems with alcoholism. This is what somebody said, and I was the head of diversity, and I never heard of this before.
Right.
And she goes, is there any way we could do things to bring people together that aren't around liquor? And we said, what would happen if we served knowledge? And what would happen if we did a talk show in the lobby? So my CEO and I got together, and we were the disruption company, and we said we start a podcast called the Disruptor Series. And we started, slow and steady wins the race. And we got Dwight Gooden, we got some other people on, and they were talking about how they built their brands because we were an ad agency. Well, then we get Julie Rice on there, and she's the one who created Soul Cycle. And then we got the creator of Billions on there, and then we were like, wow, this is like a marketing tool. We could actually bring in candidates. So then we started standing on stage saying, hey, do you want to work here? Do you guys know anybody? Do you want to bring anybody on the podcast? And then after a few more episodes, I asked Rob if I could just take it over and create a full talk show in the lobby. The reason I do have a point to this story, but
go ahead.
No, that's real.
The
thing is that we started bringing people in, and the first big star we got in was Al Roker. Then we got Snoop Dogg. Then we got the president of Mexico, Vicente Fox, Abby and Alana, Maria Shriver. I started, calling in and ring, and I started hosting this talk show. There's two things I want to share about this. The reason we were able to get the guests was not because we posted the videos online. It was that we said, if we don't post the videos online, you have to be in the room. When we got Wendy Williams, we got Charlemagne, it was like, we don't post this online. And what we use as marketing was the opposite of everybody else. So when everybody else was like, look how many people we have, look at our platform, we were getting the #1 guest in all of New York on a podcast hosted by me in my ad agency by not posting the videos. I know it sounds crazy, but people wanted to say, well, if you compare my analytics to your analytics, how many more if we can only do one, blah, blah, blah. But if you say, hey, come to this private event on Madison Avenue, and Madison Ave drives all your money, but you've never even been on Madison Ave. What if you actually came to Madison Ave, but what if we never posted it?
Right.
Message.
And everyone jammed in the room, and it became a whole sensation. But as it got bigger and bigger and bigger, to the point where it was like when we had Snoop Dogg on and we had these other guys, people were like, they're coming here? The president of Mexico is coming into the ad agency to sit on a podcast?
Right. That's real.
But what we realized is that it was taking away from the core revenue driver. It was more of a distraction.
I was just about
to ask you. Because it wasn't big enough to be small enough. And this is the real key to the podcast. Ebony Williams used to tell me, because she came on and she's been my, kind of mentor from afar, well before Real Housewives of New York and everything. But she used to say, Doug, the narrower you are, the wider your reach. So if you're a specialist of a sliver, you will make way more money than someone who has a general audience miles wide. Because there'll always be someone who wants to invest in the sliver. And this is where the podcasts of today are missing out on the revenue.
Message.
So narrow that you can't even fit out of a jail cell because you can't fit through the bars. You got to be narrow. Now, with that said, we were an advertising podcast about building brands, but because we don't make money off that, we make money off clients and making television commercials. So it's like you are almost setting up a side hustle in a larger operation. So it doesn't get the support from management, even though it's the one thing everybody's talking about, but then it becomes a distraction. So I bring this up because we just stopped doing it. So like we had a thing that was hot and then we stopped doing it.
Can I ask you something, Doug? I got to ask you something, Doug.
This is a very odd thing, the world we live in with podcast content, side hustles, niche audiences. Like there's just like a whole formula with it, but, we're not analyzing it in a way we should because a friend of mine who used to work in media years ago when Facebook started said Facebook's going to eat everybody because we're not big enough to be small enough.
I knew he wasn't gonna let that one slide. We let a few slide. The NU.
I let a few slide.
YouTube goes crazy for those, but it was a few. It was, I see me and you. I see me and you was nuts.
Right.
Even though we love you,
everybody was straight.
But the point, I'm not even entertaining this. But the point of the matter is, if your audience isn't big enough to be sliced up into ad segments,
right,
you're not big enough to be small enough, and that's why Facebook was going to win. And when Facebook stock debuted at $19 and now it's $500,
right,
I put my life savings into it because I knew if this guy who works in the game is telling me the way media is going, one person is going to be able to cut it up infinitely small and make money $5, $10, $50, $50,000, blah, blah, blah. And that's actually what's happened today. So I tell you this because you guys are growing. But if you look at what is the opposite of what everybody's doing, okay, maybe they're not doing Instagram lives, maybe they're not doing StreamYards, maybe they're not doing merch, maybe they're not doing this, but this is the thinking you have to have, because the narrower you are, the wider your reach.
See, so
it's a little counterproductive.
No,
and it's a little confusing because you're asked to grow your audience,
but you have to narrow it down. So I'm with you on that. Look, I'm totally with you.
See, this is the shit that gets people crazy.
Let's have this conversation. I'm glad you said that. And when we paused you on the you are me, I am you, we did the exact same thing, Doug. But guess what? I wasn't on it like that. What I thought was, look, we during the pandemic, I said, I'm going to get people on as the show. Instead of fucking me sending you an email, I'm going to get to know you as a person, and I'm going to do a podcast, get people on, and we're going to develop a relationship. That's how I end up having Solomon Troy as a mentor. That's how I end up closing $2 million in the agency. But it wasn't a distraction because we were actually closing actualized revenue from it. So now at that point, I'm like, look, if I'm closing actualized revenue from it, shouldn't I own some of the IP? Because I'm going away from my family. I'm the motherfucker that's here, right? But when people go into the About Us and contact us, when they started asking for Jarrett Thomas instead of Mike King, it became a problem. That's when it became a problem. You know what I'm trying to say? And that was a black on black thing. It was, I'm the agency, I built this shit, but people know you now because you did really good. Because guess what? I was big enough, but then he wanted me to be small enough. But I'm not that. You can't fucking put me in the box. So I understood that very quickly. So now what we're doing with our agency, so I'm thinking, how do I do that with the principle that we're doing right now with our business? The problem is what you said, it's generalized. We're so good at so many fucking things that we could build a fucking Super Bowl ad. We could produce something. We could produce a live event. Produce a live event at LinkedIn, 2-man band. You saw it firsthand, bro.
Yeah, and I met Malik Yoba there. We just actually connected the other day. But, this is one of the challenges of corporations.
Okay,
right?
Talk to me.
Typically speaking, I don't like to use stereotypes, but typically speaking, there's two types of learners. There's continual learners and there's industrial learners. Industrial learners are people that go to university and expect the system to create an industry for the major that they just graduated with. Okay.
Okay.
Continual learners are people that do a little bit of everything well because they never know what's going to come at them.
Okay.
Typically speaking, if you look at the evolution of America culturally, people of color have been continual learners because your grandmother would say, you better sew, cut, cook, shoot the jump shot, dribble, ride the bike. You know what I'm saying? You know how like your grandma or mother or, sister, whatever, father would say, you got to do everything. You got to know how to do everything because you never know what's going to come at you. And then on the other hand, you have a whole group of Americans that do one thing really well, 2 miles deep, 2 inches wide, don't know anything but the specialty. Corporations are set up for the specialists to get to the top because they are narrow.
Message.
And then you come into the corporation and say, look at all the things I can do. And they go, it's not a culture fit. And this is where this is where a lot of people are going wrong. And I tell people,
I've seen it firsthand.
If you're going to be wide, you have to be incredible. because the system promotes, rewards, and elevates narrow specialists, not generally good executives.
You are so right, bro. And I'm gonna keep it real. I've experienced this in corporate America, but guess how crazy I am? Me and Cuzzo are so crazy that we're gonna bet on us being so fucking incredible that we're gonna break the stereotype. And that's what I'm betting on. That's what I bet on.
When I worked for Magic Johnson, and I remember we had it was 2000. I don't remember the year. I'd have to look it up. 9, 10, 11, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, somewhere in there. 05, 6, 7, 8, 9. The Lakers won the championship.
Yep.
And I remember we were all celebrating, and someone comes up to me from the NBA and says, Magic Johnson is amazing that he's a broadcaster, an owner, a player, and a partner of the NBA.
Talk about it.
Message.
They explained to me that when the Lakers won, he wanted a championship hat. And they were like, well, you're an announcer. You're supposed to be independent. But they were like, well, it's Magic Johnson. So I got to learn from someone who was able to do it in a way where he could, do all the jobs well. Okay. But if you want to just not to compare, but to use as a parallel.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan has 10 times more money than Magic Johnson because he only does one thing.
Shit.
Message.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. Being Magic Johnson
But
ain't
it's
bad.
not negative. It's not negative. I'm just saying.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm with you because I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you, Doug. I've said it on the show before. My favorite line in the movie Django was what Jamie Foxx said to Cotton Candy, whatever his name was, Calvin Candy. He was like, "Yo, there's one special nigga out of every 10,000, right?" And I believe that truly. I used to walk from Starbucks. I used to go from my neighborhood, from the train station all the way to my house. It was a 3-block walk, and I would look in every fucking window, and I would look at what are the stories of that. And I felt that I was the one special nigga that was going to fucking take this place and show and highlight this shit and show how special we are. And I'm betting on that. And I feel like I can be on that. If I don't have to make $1 billion, I don't have to have my own sneaker. But guess what? If I impact the culture and can change my family's trajectory, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that because they're going to look at the sacrifices that we made and be like, damn it, they could have went the easy route. They could have scammed somebody. They could have did some fuck shit. They could have did bad business. We know a lot of people could do a lot of bad shit, but we would never do that shit.
We gotta, I want to chime in real quick. We got
Please, bro.
No, we got a bunch of comments on Instagram. Keisha said, she said, this is interesting to know. I also feel that we as a people of color, we feel like we need to know as much as we can to feel confident, right? Intelligent, etc.,
Yes,
and to be competitive, right? It definitely goes back to slavery, right? Yes. She also goes, we had little success and knowledge there. And I agree to that, but I'm just gonna piggyback on that, right? Once again, Doug, growing up and Keish knows us because we grew up together, right? She knew me when I was crazy. When you don't have direction, Doug, you only have energy and you have that feeling of I'm different, but what is different actually mean? What is it? Right? What is different? Like I've always felt that way. Anybody that's ever watched me grow up, Doug, will tell you like this motherfucker been different since he was a kid. He's always been different. But I didn't understand what different mean. I didn't understand where to put the energy into. And I think this is us as a culture. I think that we're so talented. We're so talented as a culture, right? We just don't know where to put the energy into, right? We don't know what directions to follow and what not to follow. So what we often do is when we're given opportunities, if it's better than what we're doing in the moment, we're like, well, this is better than what I'm doing in the moment, right? Perfect example. I got out the military, did a job or two, and ended up doing construction. I never in my life wanted to do construction in my life. I've been doing construction 20 fucking years at this point, right? I built my house, all of that. I never had a desire to be a fucking construction worker. But guess what? In the moment, I'm looking at, I got a son. I'm a single father. I got custody of my son. I need to be a father and provide financial stability. I don't live with my mother. I didn't bring a child home to mommy. I have my own apartment. How do I provide for my son while still building not only a skill, but a career that I could use to maneuver, right? And I end up doing construction. But with me doing construction, because of the flexibility and the money that it generated, I did music, I did model. You understand what I'm saying? Now I get to use one thing to kind of funnel my energy and develop other things that I wanted to do. You understand what I'm saying? So I think us as a culture, we do that a lot, right? We are very talented. We're super talented, but people just don't know what the fuck they want to be in life. You know what I mean? They don't know what they want to be. They don't know what they want to do. They just know, I don't want to starve. I don't want to fucking be hungry no more. I don't want to be a bum. You understand what I'm saying? So we take a lot of opportunities that are in the moment opportunities, but because we excel, because we're so good at so many things, we end up excelling at what we do. We end up staying there, and it ends up becoming our career, and it ends up becoming our way of life when we never intended that to be. But it just happened that way because we're like, fuck it. If I'm putting all my energy into this, I'm gonna be the best at it that I can be. You understand what I'm saying?
That's why
Yeah.
love that you said that, because people always say, be intentional. You know how people say, be intentional, be intentional. What's your intent? Be intentional. Who do you go to lunch with? Be intentional. Who do you wake up with? Be intentional, But because the thing is, slowly we lose, and Oprah Winfrey has a great saying that I've been, kind of repeating to people and sharing with people and spitting with people. And it's like most of us could get exactly to the dreams that we have, but we don't know where we're going. Like Oprah was like, we could all get there because it's not that hard. It's just you don't know where you're going.
Yeah.
And I believe that. I believe people don't actually know where they're going. I mean, I'm going to even talk for me. It's like you do a job, you travel around, you're open to everything. You don't say no. The next thing you're doing this, the next thing you're doing this. Like, for me, it actually helped enhance my life. But if I actually was very narrow and only had one focus, I could have been way farther along on paper. But the life experience, this is the whole great thing about money. It's about energy, and it's about experiences.
Now we cooking.
This is where
real.
it's tricky.
But and we need to have those conversations. You know how many people are thinking that they don't know they're even playing the game. They don't even know the game exists.
When I was doing some research, for the book Invisible Generals, and I was looking at, I was lucky enough to travel to 40 countries to understand, what is equity around the world, what is diversity around the world, actually through lived experiences. Like my passport is so full, I have to get another one. I went on to Google and I said, I wonder how many, because you know how people will say sometimes, maybe you don't hear them, but under their breath, they'll be like, Americans don't really travel. We think we're the center of the world. It's, other countries we don't really do this, blah, blah, blah. So I went on Google and I looked at, there was something that was called NAFTA. I don't remember what year it passed. It was the North American Free Trade Agreement.
Yeah, I remember NAFTA. NAFTA.
You remember NAFTA. So it was essentially a trade agreement between the United States, Canada, and Mexico that said that the tariffs would be lifted to transport goods and services across country lines as long as they were intercontinental within the, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Part of that agreement was that if you went from Canada to America or Mexico to America, you could no longer use your driver's license. You would have to use a passport. The reason I bring this up is because before NAFTA, 85% of every single adult in the United States of America had never applied for a passport.
Wow. Crazy stuff.
But I say that because what is the value if we're not going to do lived experiences? We have the ability to go anywhere in the world and we're choosing not to. And maybe that's the disruption. Maybe that's the advantage. Maybe that's the opportunity. What if you guys did your podcast in all 50 states, one podcast a day? What would happen if you went to the 23 countries of North America? Because people think North America is 2 countries, but Central America is not a landmass. So all the countries in Central America and North America. What if you did one every day at a different stadium, or what? I'm not saying that these are like marketing ideas. I'm just saying that looking at the prism from a little bit of a different way goes a long way in a sea of sameness. Some very unique things that are just overlooked. When I travel to 40 countries, I didn't think much of it. And then people were like, Doug, we don't even go to 2. We haven't even been to 3. I've been to 75. There's 195 countries in the world. And my next book is going to be about global diversity and to tell people that we are in one country of 195. We don't know anything about the other 194 countries. We don't speak any other language, and we confidently walk in meetings and be like, I am a global diversity expert. And it's like, you don't even have a passport, bro.
Message.
Right.
That's real.
But the narrow guy who knows the guy gets the job, and the guy who's gone to the countries doesn't.
Right.
So you know,
JJ Redick and Sam Cassell.
So you know what we do? We try to be both. You fucking go why? And guess what? You have the motherfuckers that can sign the shit on the show.
Right.
You got to attack it from both ways. What can you do?
It gets tricky, and this is why, you know, I don't have kids, but this is why when you have a son or a daughter, it's hard to tell them that the game is not really like you see it, because they see it and live it, and then you're like, yeah, but you don't understand. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't necessarily work that way, kind of thing. And you're like, and they're like, no, what do you mean it doesn't work that way? I'm telling you.
Yeah.
But we show.
And you're like, yeah, but you know, the thing about it is,
no, but we show them. That's the difference, Doug. We show our kids. Our kids know. We show them. They know exactly what it was. My son knows what it was like when I was working at BBQ Smell Like Ribs, and he knows what it was like when we was bringing home $100,000 commission checks. He knows the difference. He knows what it's
like you working for BBQs.
I ain't gonna lie. I like when he worked for BBQ. I used to go.
I had to connect numbers and dubs.
I like if you worked at BBQs. You know what I'm saying?
I was the plug.
I don't care about that commission check.
You should know. No, I would know. When I was sitting in BBQ, I was numbers and dubs. I would get a $20 check, $20 tip, and I would get your number. I was getting chicks' numbers left and right. Chicks was twerking in the middle of BBQs on Fordham. I was a beast.
Yo, Doug, we used to go in there and come out smack. We have like 3-4 Texas come out full draw. It was a time. It was a time. I ain't gonna lie. It was a time. I enjoyed when he worked there.
But that's also a real life example. Sometimes it's like those are the things. Right. You know, you get to do these other jobs, but the BBQ years, I'm just saying,
taught me so much.
Yeah. Let me say this to you though, Doug.
Yeah.
You said something very important. And I want to touch on that because you said like sometimes being first doesn't always like end up being the most beneficial, right?
If there's TED Talks about this that says actually being second is actually the best thing.
Right. My thing for us, right? The problem is an identity issue. Right? It's an identity issue. I can't be nobody but me, Doug. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
When I showed up to your event, if I'm going to show up, I live upstate New York. It took me an hour and 30, 40 minutes to show up to your event. Gas, tolls, time away from my family, etc. If I'm going to put that kind of effort into showing up to your fucking event, I'm not standing on the wall looking cool. I'm showing up as me. I'm going to have the best possible time because I only know how to be me.
Message.
Doug, that's why every time you see us, even at the event,
you guys are shot out of a cannon every time.
This is who we are.
Even when you seen us at the LinkedIn event, you see when I showed up, Doug, I set up the equipment. I was in one outfit, and then when it was time to get ready,
your son was there. You had outfit change. Your mother was there.
You understand? Because
I'm not mad. I sat with all of them.
Yeah. So we only know how to be us, right? So we've already made that decision to say, listen, we understand that we might not get to where we want to be as far as what our vision is, because we might be the first to ever do it like this, but our motto is impact over metrics. So we understand that somebody might take our formula and get to a greater success, but if they do that, then we have been successful in allowing somebody else to develop a platform, feed their families. That's what we're doing this for anyway.
But this is the thing. Your consistency is your superpower.
Right.
And I think one of the things that we skip over is you can do something consistently. Someone will show up.
Right.
But people give up. You know, and that was like one of the lessons I had, that 85% of every business that's ever been started since the history of businesses being registered in America, the owner quit.
Message.
Right.
85 out of every 100 ideas that were ever existed in America, the owner quit.
Right.
Now, the owner could have quit because they ran out of money. The owner could have quit because there was no customers. But the point is, they didn't ride it until the fucking wheels fell off. Now, I'm not saying you got to, bankrupt the whole enterprise. I'm just saying, once you quit, you're out of the game. So you got to stay in the game as long as you can, and keep trying until there's no more place to try. Because, when you show up as you, the problem is this. There was a Harvard study a couple years ago, many years ago. Actually, there's been many studies on this, and it's something called the law of threes. Okay. And the law of threes states that in a meritocracy, which is essentially a merit-based organization, which is essentially the organization we all work at in theory.
Right.
You can't make change unless there's three different people. Okay. So if you're one person, if you're the lone woman, person of color, whatever the case may be, you go to work every day, and eventually you talk to your wife or whatever, and you say, you know what? I can't do it no more. And when I used to tell this example to people when I would teach, I would say, imagine being the only white executive at BET. You would quit when you got out of the elevator.
Right.
But when you're the only black executive at a white organization, it's not an option to do that.
Right.
So,
that phone dropping no clip.
Yep. It's very. I live good over here. I'm just saying, guys. I
love that shit, bro. That's a clip. You can't make this shit up.
This is the house Ben Davis built. If you ever want to know what's going on, write a book and know what's going on. So anyway,
my God, I love it.
By the way, 94 of every 100 authors in America is white.
Wow.
91 out of every 100.
94.
Oh shit.
That means out of every 100 authors, which is someone that is published with one of the big 5 publishing houses, 94 out of 100 is one group, and 6 out of the 100 is all the other people in America combined.
Crazy. Holy shit. That's a crazy fucking stat.
System. But the thing about the law of threes is that if you're one, it's like living in a casino. Eventually the house is going to win. You could make it through. You could be that incredible story about Ben Davis or you in the military. You could do it, but it's never really comfortable. You never really feel like you could be yourself. You're always on eggshells. There's a certain level of like sheltering of your own personality you have to do. If there's 2 people, they eventually become best of friends or frenemies, but they both leave at the same time. They agree that this is not for them. This is a good opportunity, but it's not going to work. But if there's 3, it shows that there's enough parity in the difference that you could evolve the culture of the organization. And when you look at what's happening with many publicly traded big time organizations, they don't allow more than 3 different people in the executive team at the top, because the culture will change the content, and the content will change the organization. They do is they limit it to a single chief diversity officer. So it's a sole singular position with 1 representative. And then they'll have another representative of color in another C-suite position, which allows 2 representatives. And then there's no more.
Oh my God. And y'all see it. I've seen it for 12, 13 years.
Anyway, so enough of this whole thing. But I'm trying to. This is really how it works. And these are the type of things I'm trying to. This will be my next book. Will be about this stuff, because this is the kind of thing that we're. It's missed opportunities. It's like we're missing opportunities in our life. They're missing opportunities in their life, but we're all in the room together, but no one's talking.
That's it. But that's why we appreciate you, bro, for talking.
Yeah.
And that's
I
why we're gonna
appreciate
continue
you
to
like
bet on
chiming
it.
me in on this StreamYard. I'm over here flexing before the debate. My 90-year-old dad goes, "You know what we're doing tonight?" I said, "What?" He goes, "The debate."
Oh yeah, now the debate's on. Yeah, no, we gotta. Yeah, nah,
9
Yeah.
o'clock.
see that.
Bronny James. We watching it.
I gotta see it, man. But no,
All
the
55.
Doug,
All 55.
now, I do want to tell you though, Doug. Like we, first of all, not only was your episode our highest viewed episode on
That's
the
a fact.
platform history,
That's a fact. That's a
that was
fact.
the biggest episode.
Hold on. Look, gotta give
No,
him.
let's keep it all. No, and not by 1x, not by 2x, not by 3. It was by 8x.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
8x, bro.
Absolutely.
And you know the story of how you even intertwine. Like my neighbor was telling me about you for years. My neighbor was like,
it
yo, I know
Marcus? Who was your neighbor?
Marcus was like, yo, bro, you gotta get Doug Melville on. You gotta
Yeah.
get Doug Melville on. We in Steppins getting drinks. You gotta get Doug Melville on. I'm like, yo, bro, but I'm like, you're working with him. I don't want to make his ask. I don't want to make him make his ask like that.
Yeah.
So I felt like we would cross paths.
That is
And we did that
hilarious.
shit.
And
we
I met
crossed
him in
paths.
Soho Grand because I was living there when I was living in Geneva. And every time I come to New York, I was only staying in Soho Grand. And there always be one brother there at the midnight shift.
Yeah.
The worst shift was
Wait,
this guy,
time out.
Marcus.
So funny
Yeah.
part about it is I didn't even know what Soho Grand was until after we
First
went
of
to
all,
the,
that's hilarious.
I'm always on the move. I didn't know what Soho Grand was until actually I linked up with Will Benson when he got the presidential award, and we end up going to Soho Grand to celebrate after.
And guess what? And
I'm like,
Will Benson is our second most viewed episode. So look at the story. Look at that
Right.
shit. Look
Right.
at how it intertwines.
Like, and I was like, what the fuck? Where we going? He's like, oh, Soho Grand. I only stay here. And I'm like, what the fuck is Soho Grand? And I walked in and I was like, oh.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, I see why the fuck you hang out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, can I tell you the crazy? So I have my book launch party at the Soho Grand. So
Right.
I was going to do it there regardless because, you know, the book signing, it was with Charlemagne and I, and we were at the Barnes & Noble in Union Square. So we were already downtown. We did the signing. It was like, you know, a couple hundred people. We did the signing, etc. So then afterward, all these people came into town. I had friends in town or whatever. So I said, all right, why don't we just go to the Soho Grand? It's an open space. People could come in. They could only reserve a couple tables for us because they
Right.
were like, you know, if you do more than this, you got to do the buyout or whatever. But Marcus introduces me to the guy and we kind of like, you know, do what we got to do. So we get there, we get the table. We have way more people that can fit the table. They're all scattered. Everyone's trying to buy me a drink, but everyone's scattered, blah, blah, blah.
Sounds like your birthday. You had like 50 drinks. You couldn't even down them shits enough.
No, it was too much. It was so we're like 30
Doug was
minutes
like
in,
this at his birthday. Like,
I loved it.
and I loved every one of them. So we're like 30 minutes into the party.
yeah.
And I look to the right and someone says, Doug, is that Dave Chappelle having a party at the table right next to us?
Right.
And sure enough, it's Dave Chappelle. So I said, listen, Dave Chappelle, blah, blah, blah. I had taken a picture with him like 20 years ago, and I had it on my camera. And I was like, can we reenact this picture that we took together 20 years ago?
Right.
And he was like, oh, my God, I remember this party, blah, blah, blah. It was like Spike Lee's like 40th and movie, whatever it was.
Right.
Anyway, and I told him I wrote this book, and he takes a copy of the book and he signs a copy. He's like, I'm so proud of you and blah, blah, blah. Wow. So then he leaves and then he comes back because I guess he did a stand-up show and then came back to the Soho Grand. Now he has a whole different crew.
Right.
Whoever he was with in the before show crew, that is not the after show crew. He had a whole different crew and he's at a different table, right. But he's across from us now, directly across from us, not next to us.
Right.
And I said, bro, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And everybody's loving it. And he goes, you know what? I'm so proud of you. Let me pick up the tab for your party tonight.
Wow.
And I'm with all the people from Simon & Schuster. I'm with my girl from the New York Times, all these people. And they go, did you just launch your book? And Dave Chappelle not only was next to us the whole night, but picked up the tab. And I go, Soho Grand is undefeated. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. My point of this is Soho Grand is undefeated.
Be in the room. Be in the room, y'all.
Marcus was not there because he can't party where he hangs out.
Right.
He makes me go to the place next door. You know that friend is like, go to the BBQ next door because
That's definitely me. I can't drink it.
That's because he want to show his ass. He don't want the bosses to see him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so real quick, how do you guys know each other? Are you like best friends from childhood or in the military,
cousins.
or like you ran into each other in the bodega or something? What happened?
Family, cousins.
Oh, you guys are cousins. Oh, wow.
Actual family. So
and like family that hangs out, like, and not only us, but our family hangs out separate of us. Like, you understand? Like, our aunts and uncles hang out, our cousins, they separate of us. Like, my sister and his cousin is like peanut butter and jelly. You know what I mean? Like, they always together. We just hang out like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. So we do this at Cancun. We do this in the club. So at the end of the day, when I was doing the podcast, I'm like, why wouldn't I do this with my brother? Because at the end of the day, we're not filming all these dope ass stories we have. And now if we incorporate that into the podcast and into the business and everything else we do, and I know, guess what? He's just crazy as I am, and he's gonna go all the way with it. Not everybody's with that, and we're gonna go all the way. We're gonna ride the shit till the wheels fall off, and we're gonna be different, and we're gonna stand on business.
You know what? I don't do this. I've never done this.
What's good?
I've never done this, but Doug, I'm gonna make my ask, man. I would love for you to mentor me, man. I would love to actually, if you would honor me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would love to have you as a mentor.
I would do it. I tell Jarrett, we talk. I tell him, I know what you guys are doing, and I just want to put some swim lanes on it so you guys can just keep going up, because you don't want to get lost in the horizontal. You got to go vertical.
Yeah, but I want to, like I said, I want to make the ask so that way we could set some up on the calendar that's reoccurring.
Yeah, we do it every week, 2 weeks. I'd love to do it.
You give me some homework and stuff like that. Yeah. And I would have like, ladies and gentlemen, like look at how we talk about coincidences not being a coincidence. Once again, like we had a show. Look what it took. Because Dave might not have seen what was going on if he might not have came on the show, and we might not have got this information how we had Shan's on the show. Look at how the universe works, right? We had a bad guest that was disrespectful and things of that nature, and by us just being real, one of our former guests that has shown us nothing but support, and we've supported, came on, not only gave us jewels, but is now, accepted and will honor us with a mentorship to help us get to the next level. This is what the fuck this platform is for. Look, we just showed you in real time what you can create if you set up the support. You see, and we don't ask Doug for anything, right? I don't call Doug unnecessarily. I don't, you know what I'm saying? When we have events and things.
No, you guys are super respectful. I mean, you guys actually are the least asking me for shit.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
there's a couple of people that ask less, but you're in the group of the least asked.
Right. But listen, Doug, when we ask, it's opportunity based, right? We like, Doug, you want to, you want to come be on this dope panel we got, and it's opportunity based, right? We don't just ask. Once again, the information that we give to you guys, build the relationship, right? Be respectful of people's times. Be respectful of the brands that they build. And when you feel like you can make the ask make sense, right? We've supported Doug. And when we did ask Doug for things, it wasn't for personal value. It was for business things that to help him promote his book and the things that he was doing and to help us promote and to come together for the culture. So now you just heard me make the ask live and he accepted it. And I guarantee you, if he didn't want to do it, he would have turned us down. And I
want to do it. I want to mentor you guys. Bro. I need some mentees.
See?
No, but that's so. But even
real
more so,
mentees,
we do real shit.
Sometimes these mentees, guys,
it's
it gets
different.
Real, guys, these mentees sometimes. Come on,
like you know what it is. I've never. And I'm gonna keep it real with you, Doug. I've had two mentors in my life. One I just lost, Solomon Choi, and one is Ken Gibbs. You know what I mean? The rest in peace, my boy. I didn't know what a mentor looked like, bro. I just asked. We had a conversation like this. I just asked them. We had one call once a month. We became cool as people. We would go drink. We would chill. I was in the business. We were family. I asked him one thing. I said, and he's been my mentor for 3 years. He said, what do you want out of his mentorship? I said, in 5 years, I want our kids at a barbecue chilling. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what the finite details of that looks like, but you're gonna get real out of me. When we came to you, when you came on the show, man, you didn't know us, and we appreciated it so much. We said, yo, you ever in New York, whatever, we're gonna show up. It's your birthday. How the fuck could we not show up?
Yo, you guys were like, if you're ever, and you know how many times, I mean, of course you know how many, but
you know, people talk out their ass.
I'll come down, I'll meet anywhere in the city. I asked you to come to Hearst when I was going there. You were like, if it wasn't for a conflict, 100%. Like, you know, you guys have always,
Right,
you know,
and this is what it looks like.
Shown up.
And that's how it should be with us.
Yeah, and I want to tell you that, Doug, like, be clear. And I said this, and like, this is the type of guy I am, and I think you already understand this. I'm very direct, right? I can't be bought. I don't give a fuck about I can't be bought. I'm from the streets. We've ran through millions of dollars streetwise. You understand? I done been through some of the worst things that you could ever go through. I don't care about clout. I don't care about a bunch of women. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I am loyal to a fault. If I deal with you, I deal with you all the fucking way. You understand what I'm saying? And if I don't deal with you, there is no half hugs, half what's up. If I don't deal with you, and I'm a Leo, so you should know how Leos are. Like, we either fuck with you or we don't, right? And, you know, one thing we always talk about you, Doug, like even behind the scenes about, you know, you just being one of the most solid, a person that has just done exactly what you said you would done. If you can't do it, you say, hey, I can't do it. And we respect that. So I'm telling you, from me, I didn't make that ass to be funny. I didn't make that.
Let's put it every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Put it in the calendar. Yeah. We could do workshops.
And I'm telling you, right? Whatever work you give me to do, I'm gonna be dedicated to showing you that I appreciate your time, and I'm gonna be dedicated to learning from you, because you understand what I'm saying. Like, this is what we need in our culture, right? Yes, we're entrepreneurs, and yes, we're trying to do things, but the best thing is to get with somebody that might know more than you, that might have been around more than you, the experience, right?
We'll put the ego aside, man. We just want to win, man.
We just want to win, and we want to win not only for us, but for the culture, you know? So I'm just telling you,
it's bigger than us.
That's all you're gonna get from me is just honesty, realness. I don't know how to switch up. I'm gonna be me in every room, but you know, you can feel comfortable because you know I know how to change up for each room. So you know when it's time to put them suits on, you know you can bring me anywhere. All right, I got outfits for everything, but you know I know how to work any room. You know what I mean? But we appreciate you, Doug, for coming on. Real man, you really made our day, and we're grateful. I'm grateful to the universe for sending us.
I love this. I just got home and I was like, let me look at my Instagram.
What's the odds of this, bro? Our first no show.
Yeah.
Our first
is this what it is right now?
No, you're not.
MC Shan, who battled KRS-One, was supposed to be on this show. He disrespected us behind the scenes, and we just said, fuck it, we're going to go live.
Cancel them.
We canceled the episode.
Cancel them.
MC Shan of the Bridge, and we're from the Bronx. The bridge is over. What's the odds of that shit?
What's the odds of that, right? You get your career ended by a Bronx guy, then you come on the Bronx platform, disrespect, and get canceled off of that. You're not doing good with the Bronx, Shan.
You know, I was born in Co-op City.
Oh, that's the Bronx.
Baby. There we go.
Yeah. No, I'm in the Bronx. My family's from the Bronx.
Big Bronx. So we had to, and it's just respect. It's just respect, man. We show you respect. We show you nothing but love, man. We just ask for the same in return, man.
Now look,
we do a lot for this shit.
Shan, now this episode about to go fucking viral. You see what you did? Now this episode about to go viral because it started off one way and it's gonna end one way. And once again, we're gonna promote this show on how consistent we are, on how dedicated we are, and how straightforward and truthful we are and respectful we are, that we have a well-known New York Times best-selling author that would come on this show. Look how much respect and just honesty
in the hot tub.
In the hot tub, bro, and you had the nerve to try to disrespect. Man,
I got nobody in here with me.
Listen, and we always support. So be clear, ladies and gentlemen. You know, we talked about it before, and he came on and he talked about his book, and we always got it ready. Please go out there.
What we talking about?
We always got you, Doug. Please go support.
Make sure y'all get it.
And pick it up. America's first two black generals. Tell the story.
This is a story for our culture, and just to give you guys background on it, man. This man's family is responsible for the Tuskegee Airmen. You know, the whole experiment of the Tuskegee Airmen. It's their actual story. This is his actual bloodline. They made a movie about his family, and had the nerve to whitewash his family's name out and try to make it seem like it was somebody else, so that his family did not get the credit that they deserve. New York, best-selling author that would come on the show and show us love when we got a fucking moment in hip-hop destroyee disrespecting us. Who put us? See, Doug? See, Doug, this is why we feel like who put us? You see?
What's the odds of this shit?
What's the odds? Only your
This
morning.
is beautiful. It's poetic.
Listen, just so you know, we got an event. I don't know if you're gonna be in New York, but we got a celebrity golf event that we're gonna be attending to. Yeah,
Monday.
On Monday. We're gonna be out there. I think Allen Houston,
John Starr.
Shit, Monday.
Yeah.
Do you guys know about the OTG, the original T golf tournament?
No, we don't play golf. We don't play golf.
Yeah, it's par for peace.
Okay, so the
It's a par for
original
peace,
T, the original T golf tournament, only because it's a good friend of. I just want to do two things to promote Black people.
Let's do it.
Number one is the original T golf tournament, which is originaltgolf.com or so. I don't know exactly the URL, but a friend of mine, Wendell Haskins, he used to actually be P. Diddy's roommate at Howard. And he was started a golf tournament for Black golfers to promote Blacks in the sport of golf. I think this is the 26th or 27th year that he's been doing it.
25th anniversary?
Yep, it's something around the 25th anniversary. But what's very important about this golf tournament, and for your listeners, original T, when you played golf, they used to just hit the ball off the grass or make a little lump of dirt and put the ball on when they hit it, when they started golfing. Then they started using slaves to put the golf ball on their hands like this, and then they would hit the ball off of it, and they would miss all the time and break the slaves' wrists and hands.
Wow.
So the slaves created something called a tee. The original tee was a wooden piece that you would put the golf ball on so they would no longer hit the ball off your hands.
Never heard that story.
When you ever heard that?
I've never heard that story,
Yeah,
bro.
see, Doug, you see what you're doing to us? We them ones, bro. We ever heard that?
He created a golf tournament called the Original Tee to honor Blacks in golf.
Crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, just so y'all know.
Maybe you do the podcast from there.
Let's do it. We do it.
It's in New Jersey. It's in New Jersey, right outside New York. I think it's July.
Is this it right here, Doug? Is this it right here?
Yep, that's right there. July 2021.
We'll be there. Let's do it.
I will have him see if you guys can broadcast, talk to the people.
Let's do it. That'll be fire. No, let's do that. Go. Yeah. That's a go.
Everybody's going to be there. I could be the producer and get the guests. You guys could do the hosting.
Oh, let's set that up. Let's set that up.
Come on. Game over. That's a done deal.
Everybody goes, guys. Everybody goes. And then the other brother I want to promote is I wear this hat called New York Racing because there's a gentleman by the name of John Cohen. I got to get him on your show. He's the only owner and operator and controller, Black man or person of color, in all of NASCAR that owns, operates, and controls his own car. And this is very important here. So the NASCAR has 40 cars raced per week.
Right.
If you're from New York City, you're kind of familiar with the New York City medallion situation.
Yeah, the cab taxis.
So 36 of the 40 NASCARs are essentially medallion cars. These are the best cars, the biggest teams. Yeah. They do rev share with the blah, blah, blah. No one really knows how much a medallion's worth. Is it worth 10 million, 30 million, whatever? But out of the 36 cars, those 36 cars are like franchises. You know, those are like the real deal. But NASCAR allows up to 4 cars to race every week that aren't medallion.
Right.
It could be you and me that love racing, and we earn our way up, and you could be a couple brothers from uptown and racing in NASCAR. And what I'm is my friend John Cohen 9 years ago started from the golf cart to the truck to the, all the way up. And now he has a race car in the NASCAR.
Fire.
Now
Oh.
I want to do it at the. I
We
want to do
don't
that at the
promote
actual
it.
track or
We
something. We gotta
don't
do that.
market it. I have the deck. We need to put all of our companies on there, sponsor him, put the logo on the hood. You know, it's a fraction of the medallion cars, and help promote this one black driver.
I
Oh, we
want
got to
more
do
than
it.
the title logo.
You got to send me his information. We love the.
And his
That would
company
be
is called
crazy.
New York Racing because he's from
Yep.
uptown, bro.
Wow.
That's
And
crazy.
he wrapped the car with my family for the Memorial Day race to promote my book for Ben Davis for NASCAR. And this guy came to my house, and when you wrap a car, they bring the windshield. So he takes the windshield off the car and gives it to me as a souvenir in my house and delivers it.
Fire. Is it number
But what
44?
I'm saying is we have to promote these guys, Original T New York Racing. I'm saying there's real people out here doing it, but we have to support them so the second doesn't become the name we remember, but it's the people who put in the years.
Message.
Number 44, Doug? Car number 44?
Car number 44.
More, you see how quick I... Come on, Doug. I'm fast with it. Because Shirley Strawberry got fired.
You are ridiculous with it because it is number 44. And he said how many people wanted that number because that number represents like brothers, like Syracuse number 44, and like he has a whole thing about the number 44, Jim Brown number 44.
No, that's fine. We got the quick. We gotta set that up. We gotta set that up ASAP.
Yeah, man.
We have to. That's a fire ass story. I would have never. I would. They not promoting it.
Yeah.
And if we don't have a platform like this to
people
promote
that are good at marketing aren't. You know, that's the whole thing. We're not marketing the you know, it's a journey. We're trying. We're doing. But it's evolved.
But it's sharing information, sharing the knowledge like that. Now we can reach out. Now we can make the play happen. And if we can get 100,000, 50,000, 40,000, it's still getting the word out.
We got a broadcaster. I'm going to text Wendell tonight.
Let's do it.
I'll tell him that you'll set up. We'll do the whole thing. There's a lunch. There's a dinner. There's a blah, blah, blah. It's sold out. You can't even get a thing. But maybe you could interview the guys and we could, you know, let me see who his broadcast or podcast partner is.
Yeah, let's figure it out, man. But with Doug, man, we appreciate you. And that's why we rock with you, man, to come here and show love, man. The knowledge you gave us, man. Like I said, we started 45 minutes and we're just bombing on MC Shan. We were just bombing on him because it was disrespectful. What he did was fucked up. We tried to celebrate him and he just went belligerent on us. And for you to come on, bro, for us to have this podcast and do what it do, accept our mentorship, man, just let us know we appreciate you.
Don't be cutting this up with me in the hot tub. Make it look like I'm not working.
Motherfucker, if you're working, you wouldn't be in the hot tub if you wasn't working.
I think I'm mentoring.
And that's what we need work to look, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we need work to look like. Fuck is you talking about?
That's
we need
it.
work to look like we not working. Because guess what? He's working with this and not with this. How about that?
Right. That's right. Now listen,
we talked about
my
that.
brothers.
Right?
All right, we're gonna put the mentor schedules on the calendar.
Let's do it, brother.
Before you leave, Doug, I got, you know, I had a half screen because I was moving fast, but here we go right now, full screen. You understand what I'm saying?
Original T,
right? We listen, ladies and gentlemen, expect us there. We're gonna set it up with Doug Melville. You understand what I'm saying? Another opportunity that we grateful for that we're gonna show up and show out. You know what I'm saying? And we got this one too, man. It's under construction, the website.
Yep, New York Racing. Yep, number 44, Chevy.
There it is,
we
man.
We do websites, we do all that.
That's the Camaro. Just for y'all car enthusiasts, that's the Camaro. You know what I'm saying? Look at the lights. Yeah, I'm a car enthusiast. We know about it. Doug, we appreciate you, man. We love you, man, and we appreciate you.
You guys have great time today. I'm gonna just enjoy.
Yeah, we out of here, man. We got it.
We gotta end it like this.
Yeah, what we got coming up next week? Let them know what we got coming up next week.
Next week got the fan appreciation. We're gonna be at the Par for Peace. We're gonna have interviews, short bites with Allen Houston, all the New York Knicks legends, Chubb Rock, all of them, Melly Mel. It's gonna be a dope vibe. We're bringing the kids out. It's gonna be fire. May 9th. July 5th. Dr. Marcus Collins, creator of Cliff Paul. He's coming through 12:30. It's gonna be a fire vibe.
Yeah.
May 9th. I mean July 9th.
I love Marcus Collins. He's one of the best
marketers in the game.
I'm proud of him.
Doug,
he's one of the hardest working brothers in the game.
You know what Doug just made? Doug just made happen, right? You notice we had to call all day. We didn't get that phone call, right? What do we say every time we get opportunities? The other podcast call up. No, you're not getting Doug on your show, bro. You got to do.
No, I don't even do podcasts.
No, niggas.
No, I like this one. I wish I could set it up like you guys. You guys did it right.
Yeah, listen,
the
we
crib,
gonna
man.
work, man.
We gonna
Ladies
work,
and
bro.
gentlemen, we started off the show. I told you I'm gonna start off the show everywhere, and I'm gonna end off the show everywhere. I told you we're grateful and we're thankful, right? Grateful to see another day, grateful to be doing what we're doing and bring this podcast to you. And once again, thankful for our community and our core supporters, like our brother Doug Melville, to give us guidance, give us education, give us mentorship. More than the title.
And you guys come over. We're gonna bring you up. Bring the kids for the barbecue.
Yeah, man. Send me a date. Send me a date. We bring the crab legs.
If you don't bring the kids, it's a different barbecue. But if you
we
bring
bring
the
the
kids, you know, because
and we bringing the crab legs.
Set 2 dates.
The
Set the kids one and with no kids.
Kids in the crab legs.
Kids and crab
I gotta
legs.
get it set up here. This is the outdoor kitchen. I got like wires and stuff. I just moved in, so I got.
It's all good. Listen, Doug, and we mean on that grill. Believe that. We mean on that grill.
We got a pizza oven here too, so you can do that.
Let's do that.
We got all kinds of amenities, fishing rods and canoes and paddle boards. You know, you could have a real Connecticut experience.
Oh man,
let's do it before the end of the summer, man. Let's make it happen.
We out of here, man. We another fire banger episode. More than the title. Who but us? Not better than us. We got me. Seeing it all.